Ooh, yeah. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're at Mickey's house. Yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Grab a seat, grab your feet. Let's sip some tea, sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Come on in now. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah, yeah. Come on in and hit that like, don't forget now. Auntie Mickey's house. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Real talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house, make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh, yeah. From the jokes to the prayer, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. Auntie Mickey's house, that's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. On in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit the light, hit the light, hit the light. You're at Auntie Mickey's, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's, Auntie Mickey's house. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in her house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, 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 yeah. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Grab a seat, drop your feet, let's sip some tea. Sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah. Come on in and hit that light, don't forget. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Don't talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house, make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice, respect the vibe, let's share the word. From the jokes to the prayer, she keeps it real. Keeps it real, keeps it real. That's the deal, baby. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie's house, oh yeah. Auntie see, come on in and hit that light, hit the light. Oh, your way to Auntie Mickey's, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house. Oh.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. This is the same old thing I always say, so don't pay me no mind. But hey, it's a good day, but then again, it's a solemn, kind of a sad day. Today was the homegoing service of Nolan Wells. And man, I'll be the first to admit, I really had a hard time watching this. I did. It is triggering, but you know, I had to, and I'm glad I did. I really am. First of all, let me just say to everybody that's in the house thus far, hello, my husband. How you doing, sweetheart? Hello, Lady of Elegance. Jinx Zephyr, hello Jinx Zephyr. Adventurous You's in the house. D Royal, hello sweetheart. Good to see everybody. Like I said, it was a hard one to watch. It really was, but you know, this funeral was a little different than most. You know, my husband's a pastor. He does funerals a lot, so I'm really accustomed to sitting through long funerals. This one was not long. It was not long at all. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad. Okay. Yes, Adventurous You, they were so, man, I gotta give it to them. They were so strong, so admirable, and they're handling this with such grace that it's just, man, it's awesome. And you know, and the road is still going to be bumpy. It's going to still be chaotic at times. There's going to be times when, and I'm not just talking about the mother. See, everybody's focusing on Christine, as they should. She's the mother. She gave birth to him. But let's not discount father. Let's not discount the father, Elmer, because he has been very stoic, very quiet since then. Hello, Simple Life. How are you, sweetie? He's been very, very quiet. And oh God. We're talking about the funeral services today for Nolan Wells, Simple Life. Did you get a chance to watch any of it? I thought that, you know, I think with all that's going on, I think it was probably best that they didn't have a long, you know how we get, we get in church, we there all day. Okay. Well, I'm going to be playing the funeral. I'm going to be playing the funeral, and I will give commentary in between here and there. Reason being because it isn't that long as opposed to what we as a people are accustomed to. Because, you know, we can go to a funeral and there's like the choir got to sing three, 4 times. And then there's, you know, a couple of family members that have a lot to say and they go over their 2 minutes. And you know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. Wait a minute. Hold on. Adventurous You said, Auntie Mickey, did you see the guy that mocked Nolan's death, then had his job, took hours later, and his kids? Huh? Wait, mocked Nolan death, then had his job, took hours later, and his kids. I don't quite understand that post, sweetheart, but somebody mocked his death? That in itself is disturbing. But you know, this family has been receiving a lot of hate communication, which is just, oh my God. What is wrong with people these days? Hey, Camille. How are you, sweetheart? These people, it's one thing. If you want to be a racist or whatever, that's your business. But there's some cruel people out there that are just, they take every opportunity because they're miserable as fuck. Excuse my expression. They're so miserable that they've got to inflict their misery on other people. This family is grieving the loss of a child. Hold on a second. Yes, a white guy was laughing at him saying, TVIS is what they kind do to us blacks. What? Then his job was taken from him as well as his kids. It's on you. Oh, wait a minute. I think I do know who you talking about. And they got him. He lost his. I know exactly what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about something today. Yeah, I'm glad they got his crunchy ass. Yes, I'm ecstatic that they got his stank ass. He lost his job and he lost his kids too. Too bad, so sad. Too bad, so sad. Wow. You know what? These people are off the chain. And I'm going to say it again. I don't mean to make this political. So please forgive me. But they doing it because somebody in that White House done emboldened them to come out and act a fool like this. And whatever happens to them, those people, whatever they get coming, too bad, so sad. I'm sure he is asking for forgiveness. Yeah, baby, yeah, they got his butt. They got his butt. That I remember that clip. He was just kiki ha ha laughing like a fool. And boom, now he looked like he just sat on his own face. Yep. That's what the hell he get. If you want to feel that hate in your heart, go right ahead. But now you're making it a mockery and it backfired. So good for you, good for you, good for you. And many more. Sitting up there looking like a dried up turd. That's what he get. I don't feel no ways tired for him. Yeah, he said some awful things. He said some horrendous things. But you know what? He got to keep on living. Because he don't know what life is going to dole out to him. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't wish harm on nobody, but you do reap what you sow. And that stuff that he was saying online about that family, about that young man, was just so uncalled for. He gonna reap every last word he spoke. Rat ass son of a, don't get me started. My grandkids is in the other room, so if you hear some yelling and screaming, that's just the boys playing. And if I get up and yell at them, just be quiet. It's just me being grandma. Y'all stop it. So sorry. These brothers, they get together and they are so excited to see each other that they forget that I'm online. So, but so today was the service. I looked on several platforms for a good feed and was able to find. I went to Roland, Lord Jesus, Roland Mark. I went to his thing, and then I went to another site called Grigo, Grigo, the Grigo, and they seem to have had a better sound, a better audio. So, I looked around for the best audio I could find because it was very, very, very low. So, but I will, for those of you who haven't seen it, I'm going to go ahead and play this. Now, I am going to have to mute out the music that they play because it's very well probably copywritten. So let me turn down my music for now. Now I'm waiting for Lady Letitia, and she is not here. So I'm trying to give her a couple minutes. She might have laid down and took a nap like I did the other day. But oh, and let me do one other thing. Hold on just a second. I'm so uncoordinated. Jesus. Discombobulated, uncoordinated. Okay. Got my little notes here. You know, as geriatric people, we got to take notes because I don't remember nothing from moment to moment now. I know how my grandparents felt. Oh my goodness. But yeah, one of the things I did want to commend the family on was the grace that they showed. I mean, oh my God. I've walked that aisle for a child, and it don't feel good. It really doesn't. As a matter of fact, like I was saying about the father and the strength that he's exhibited, I know he's going through hell in his head. I know he's going through hell. Me and my husband lost our youngest child, and that was the day that I knew that my husband was the strongest man I'd ever met in my life. I'm sorry, y'all. My husband preached my son's funeral. He preached his eulogy. And to see that man stand in that pulpit and preach his own son's eulogy told me everything I needed to know about him from that moment on. So, baby, if you still in the room, I love you, and you'll always be my king, after God, of course. Because it takes a really strong individual to stand behind that pulpit for anybody, let alone your own child. So again, I can't help but commend that family, commend that couple for losing that young man under such crazy circumstances. Nobody's talking. And they want to act like we're tripping. Oh, you guys you're making too much out of this. No, we're not. This is Mississippi, and this is y'all, because y'all's movements are very suspicious from the giddy up. They've been suspicious since the moment this happened, and it ain't changed. It hasn't changed. So until they give us some more information, and even at that point, I'll be honest with you, with as much time that has passed, I don't even trust what they do come out with at this point. That's just me. Because look how long it's taken for them to come out with any information. They haven't arrested anybody, they haven't interrogated anybody. They spoke to the one boy and that was it. I mean, come on. They're still walking free. And we all know if the tables were turned, someone would be sitting in a jail cell right now until answers were given. That's point blank, period. Oh boy, my goodness. I didn't mean to be crying. I really didn't. But I'm thankful that they've got the team behind them working on this case. I'm grateful that the family has the team that they have. Good grief. Al Sharpton and oh my God. See, I told you I'm geriatric and can't remember people's names, can't remember nothing. I'm too emotional right now. Somebody put his name in the chat for me. Their attorney. Give me the attorney's name. Crump. And yes, kudos to Tyler Perry as well for not only financing the funeral, but apparently a reward has been announced to the public. Ben Crump, thank you, Adventures. Girl, listen, I'm just tripping up here. I was very I was very leery to get on this internet today and talk about this because it's too emotional. But I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this with y'all's help. But the team that they have supporting them, I believe, is the best team possible for them at this point. And you know, Al Sharpton gave the eulogy. Ben Crump got up and said what he had to say. Tyler Perry, kudos to you for financing this funeral. And apparently, a $50,000 reward was offered today, and for any information leading to a conviction. Tyler Perry then doubled it. So it is now a $100,000 reward. Somebody's going to have to come out. Somebody's going to have to come out. You know, sometimes people say money talks, and I really have a feeling that that just might be the catalyst that gets us the information that we really need. Hold on just a second. So, Gal, is the case going to a grand jury if no one has been charged? Yeah, I've heard that just because it's going to the grand jury isn't that big of a deal. Um, I believe what you just said. Things seem dark right now, but joy cometh in the morning. You know, God has a plan. Sometimes we don't understand. Hello, Lady Letitia. I'm so glad you showed up. I'm trying to wing it up here crying like a baby, but hey. But yeah, it is true. They say weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. God knows what he's doing. God knows exactly what he's doing. And you know, Satan thinks he done won. No, you ain't won a thing. Enjoy yourself while you can, sir. You ain't won a thing. But I believe in the end that, they're going to prevail. And if they don't, according to our standards, as long as they prevail in God's standards, that's all I care about. Good morning, Albert. How are you? Welcome. All right, Lady Letitia, I dropped the link for you, so whenever you're ready, sweetie. You got good timing. I'm doing good, Chocolate Thunder. How are you, sweetie? So good to see you. It's been a long time. It really has, but hey, I'm back in the game now. I'm back in the game. Oh, but yeah, this is really hit home in several ways. But the thing that's the most appalling to me is some of the hate that's being spewed out to this family. I just I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine being in their shoes. And God help whoever those people are that's sending those awful messages to that woman and her husband. I mean, come on. I mean, the whole family is grieving. And for people to be so callous and disrespectful is just exactly sent to their home. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. But again, it's Mississippi. But now, who's to say all those comments and stuff are coming from just people from Mississippi? I wouldn't be surprised if they come from all over the country, to be truthful about it. Because some states, you got your hidden ones. You got the ones that smile. And, yeah, some of my best friends are black. I don't trust them people that say some of my best friends are black. I don't trust them. If you got to tell me that, then there's a reason you're telling me that. I don't trust you. But thank you. Hello, Michelle. How are you, sweetie? Yeah, I don't trust them as far as I can throw they racist asses. I'm sorry. If you got to tell me some of your best friends or closest friends are black, then that tells me something about you, that you feel the need. You need to convince someone. Are you convincing yourself? Or are you convincing the public? Either way it goes, what's in your heart will always stand. You ain't got to say it. It'll shine through on its own. But we living in some real hard times right now, some real devilish times. And this internet, it's unrelenting. It is unrelenting. Some of the stuff that comes out of people's mouths just to hurt other people that are already hurting. Already hurting. And look how long it's taken. Look how long it's taken, and still no information, nothing to speak of. And these young men are still walking free. The other thing that really got to me is, and I'm sure you probably heard it covered in the news, that suddenly all these black people that claim to be friends or whatever to Nolan, or, are in his life in some shape, form, or fashion, they came out after the fact. But the one that really stands out to me is that football coach. Now, first of all, that football coach says that there's no racial tension whatsoever at the school. Okay. And who paid you to say that? I'm just speaking my own opinion. I don't expect anybody to agree with me. But it just seems that the timing of all that, it's very convenient. But not only is that football coach just, kind of saying things out of the blue that you would really have no idea about in this young man's life, and you're speaking about no racial tension whatsoever, excuse me, in that school. He's just the assistant coach, for one thing. Where's the head coach? But here's the kicker. This guy's out here giving interviews to whomever, TMZ or whomever, but he didn't attend the funeral today. He wasn't there. I'll just let that sink in. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, love. Adventurous Youth says he trained of thought and words were way off. Yeah, I mean, it gives me got paid off vibes. It gave me you've been threatened kind of vibes. It's somebody been talking to you behind the scenes vibes, that you've come out with this information and you're not close enough to even know, to be truthful about it. I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but why weren't you there? You're giving interviews. Why couldn't you be at his funeral? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hello, Lady Letitia. How are you, beautiful?
Hello, Auntie Mickey. Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. I got a little bit emotional. That's okay.
Oh, yeah. It is very emotional, though. It was his
Yeah.
funeral.
Yeah. Well, you know what really got to me is that
What?
watching this family go through this with such grace,
Oh,
I mean, with such strength.
yeah.
And, we always point out the mother because, yes, the mother gave birth. The mother carried him and gave birth to him. She's the closest thing to him. I understand that. But we're not going to discount daddy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you haven't heard a word from him.
Wow.
And I know he's got all this inside of him. And I can just imagine what's going through his head
Yes,
and going through his body. But He got up and spoke today, and I'll play it. I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna
Okay.
talk through this whole video. I mean, this whole live. But it took me back to when my son passed,
Yeah.
and my husband preached my son's eulogy.
Oh, he did?
Oh yeah,
Wow, I bet that was beautiful.
and that was the day that I really knew what kind of man I married.
That's when
That
you knew.
that was the man, and I mean, we'd already been together for 30 something, almost 40 years. But it was that day that I seen in him something that just kind of skipped past me in prior years. Anybody that could stand there and preach
I know
their
what you mean.
own child's eulogy. It's one thing to get up and stand before the church and say a few words, but
Yeah,
he gave the sermon. He gave
about
the
his
entire
son.
sermon.
Wow.
And that took that took so much guts. I couldn't
Oh, yeah.
I knew what kind of man I married right then and there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, no,
He
that's
was more
right.
than I ever imagined. He was more than I ever imagined on
You
that
know,
day. You know what
my
I'm saying?
yes, I know exactly what you mean because my father had died, and I was dating Eric at the time,
Uh-huh.
and I was spaced out. I wasn't really functioning that
Uh-huh.
well, and he I went to the funeral, and next thing I know, I look up, he's at the funeral too. He
Oh
came, he
wow.
flew in and everything, and I was like, "Wow, like what are you doing here?" He said, "I want to be here for you. I know you're having a hard time."
Wow.
And I was like, I was like, "Yeah, he's the one."
Yeah. See, yeah, you just know.
Yeah,
God gives you that sign that you can't ignore. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
Well,
exactly.
Michelle says a man approached her 40-year-old daughter in a restaurant on Sunday night, offered to buy her a drink, said he's a 5-year widow, has dated 4 black women, and was looking for a companion for the night. A 72-year-old white man. OMG.
Wow, Shelley,
OMG.
that is so wild, and
The
she
nerve.
slapped him.
The nerve.
The nerve,
The nerve. Take your take your
busted
raggedy,
looking,
wrinkled, convoluted,
gray headed.
crusty, stank ass somewhere and sit down. And
Hello.
thank God you still here to breathe. Don't get me
Yeah,
started.
just bold
Oh,
and
golly.
nasty. It was really predatorial.
Absolutely, absolutely. Satin says, Auntie, he just gave you more of what you have always experienced being his wife. You're absolutely
Oh,
right, Satin. You're absolutely right. But
that
that
is
was just a strength I saw in him that I had never seen before. I'd seen him be strong, but
right.
when you lose a child, it hits
Yeah,
different. It
it
really
does.
does. It
Oh
really
yeah.
does. Oh, I got something. My
Mm,
throat is scratchy. Michelle says, this is in Shreveport, Louisiana. She accepted a drink from bartender, left, and the man followed her to her car. She circled back to the bar and reported. Bartender told her to ask for angel drink next time. Okay. Angel
oh,
drink.
that must be the code
Yeah.
for we got us one.
Yeah, for real. Angel drink for the devil. The
Yeah.
devil is following you. I know that's right. Well, you know
Okay.
what? I'm not gonna keep talking, y'all. I'm sure that you guys want to see this video. So, um, thank God it was not that long. Because you know how we are. You know how we are. And for the sake of time and what's important, um, they didn't that it just didn't last as long as most funerals, and I'm kind of glad because that's just kind of sometimes that's prolonging I
The
can,
the
uh,
sadness.
man,
Mhm.
it's just prolonging. So, let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Hold on just a second. And I will have to, of course, interrupt at times if you don't mind, just for the sake of copyright. And there may be music. I'm going to have to mute it and maybe talk through it or something. Um, I haven't mastered this YouTube thing yet, so. Oh, goodness. Hold on just a second. Make the screen bigger at least. Okay. So I may have to turn this up some more. Now, I'm not going to stop the solo.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. He's been my fourth man in the fire, time after time. Born of his spirit, washed in his blood, and what he did for me on Calvary is more than enough. Oh, I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. Perfect submission, all is at rest. I know the author of tomorrow has ordered my steps. Oh, this is my story. This is my song, praising my risen King and Savior all the day long. Well, I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will he'll never fail. He'll fail. He will never fail. I sought the Lord, he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord, he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord, he heard and he answered. That's why I'll trust him. That's why I'll trust him. I sought the Lord, he heard and he answered. I sought the Lord, heard and he answered. I sought the Lord, he heard and He answered. That's why I'll trust Him. That's why this is my story. This is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Oh, this is my story. This is my story. This is my song. Oh, praising my Savior all the day. I sought the Lord, He heard and He answered. I sought the Lord, He heard and He answered. I sought the Lord, He heard and He answered. That's why I'll trust Him. That blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. Oh, here of salvation, purchased by God, born of His Spirit, washed in His eyes. The Lord, He heard and He answered. I sought the Lord, He heard and He answered. I sought the Lord, He heard and He answered. That's why I'll trust Him. That's why I'll trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never, 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 never fail. He will never fail. I'll trust in God, my one and only Savior. He will never, 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 never fail. Oh, I'll trust Him. He will never fail. I'll trust in God.
Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful, beautiful. That was beautiful.
It was. It was like being at church.
Yep, it was. It was. Yes, Camille. Sought the Lord and He answered. And that's my prayer for this family. Because they gonna need an abundance of prayer to get through this.
Oh,
An abundance. And it ain't gonna happen overnight. Trust and believe. And it just seems like it when you think it's the darkest, it gets even darker.
yeah. Okay.
So I pray for this family. I pray for their endurance. I pray for their strength because they are definitely going to need it. And we're going to need this as a nation. As a people, we're going to need this because we all see the handwriting on the wall. We all see the handwriting on the wall, but at some point in time, they're going to find out money don't buy everything. Prestige don't buy everything. Power don't buy everything. Because God's got everything in His hands. He is the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and start up some more of the service.
Give it up. Give it up for Brother Thaddeus. Certainly thank him. At this time, we're going to call on the eulogist of the hour, none other than the Reverend Al Sharpton, who certainly does not need no introduction. So at this time, we will hear from the president and founder of the National Election Network, the host of Politic Nation on MSNBC Now. The MS Now, let's hear from Reverend Al Sharpton at this time.
First, let us pray. Dear God, we come this morning as humble as we know how. We come to celebrate the life of this young man, Nolan Xavier Wells. We come with a painful acknowledgement of you allowed him to return home at a young age. We can't question what you do, but we can ask for the strength and power to be given us to go through this and understand the meaning of this and to seek what is required of this at this hour. Look on his family, his mother, his father, his siblings, and all of his blood relatives that long after the cameras are gone, long after the crowd stop coming by, they will bear the burden of an empty chair in the house. They will bear the burden of memories that will not ever leave them, and give them the strength to find some meaning and give them the memory of the joys that he brought them and wipe away their tears from their eyes so that they can see and be what he would want them to be at this hour. We don't have words or anything we could give, but you have the strength and the power to hold them up. And we ask for that strength today. And look down here in Mississippi today and let us pursue justice. Whatever the situations are that led to this, let every stone be rolled back and every veil be torn asunder. And let truth pop out of the ground like a flower. And let justice flow down like a water. And mercy like a mighty stream. These blessings we ask in your name. Amen. Let me first give honor to the pastor who has been so wonderful in allowing us to be here today. Senior Pastor Pagel and Executive Pastor Brownsville. Reverend R.D. Holmes, who heads National Action Network in Tallahassee, came all the way from Tallahassee, Florida, and to some of those, there you are, I'm looking for you, you did the scripture. Some of those that came to just give strength to the family. We honored, flew all the way from New York with me this morning. Spike Lee is with us. And the one and only T.O., Terrell Owens, wanted to be here with the family. In fact, if you look to your right, everybody look to your right, shake hands with that person because you are Elmer and Christian's special guest. Everybody, shake hands with the person to your right. So you can't say you were not special.
They had a very diverse crowd today, too, I must add.
Oh,
yes,
I
very
can see
diverse.
that.
Before I start the eulogy, I want us to hear from the mother and father of Nolan, because they are the ones that bear the burden, the pain, and the will to go forward to make his name stand for what it should stand for. And I want us to hear their words. Many of us have different emotions, but no one's emotions should override the emotions of the mother and father.
That's right.
We are here to stand with them. This is their child. And you can't be more angry or hurt or burdened than them. So don't outrun them. Let us stand and uphold them at this hour of grief. Let me ask them to come and give a few words. The mother and father, Elmore and Christine.
Deep breath, baby girl.
First, I want to give all thanks and honor and glory to God for choosing Elmore and me to be Nolan's parents. We thank you, Lord,
Mm.
for the beautiful 18 years that you blessed us with him.
Gee.
Thank you for the joy he brought not only to our family, but also to his friends and everyone in the community whose lives he touched. Nolan had such a gentle, calming spirit about him. He had a way of making people feel seen, welcome, and valued. He could lift your confidence with just a few words and make you feel like you belonged. If you ever had the privilege of meeting our son Nolan or calling him a friend, then you experienced a glimpse of God's love through him. He was both protective and nurturing. He often told us that one day he wanted to have 3 daughters that he would name Sophia, Charlotte, and Olivia. He had a deep love for the Lord and an unwavering faith that was evident in the way he lived his life. As much as our hearts are broken, we find peace in knowing that our son is resting in the arms of the Lord.
Yes.
We will miss everything about him, from his quiet nature to the corny jokes, his gentle smile, the way he made everyone around him feel comfortable, loved, and at ease. Your absence has left an emptiness that can never truly be filled. A piece of our hearts will always be missing. Nolan, your father and I are incredibly proud of you. We've always been proud of you, of the young man you were, and we will always be proud of the legacy of love, kindness, and faith that you have left behind. In a world that can often feel dark, be like Nolan. Be the light that brightens the lives of those around you. Be the warmth for those who may be feeling the coldness of the world. Love deeply, protect fiercely, and welcome others with kindness.
No, Cece,
And
they
remain
didn't.
faithful knowing that God is always with you. Lastly, I ask that
Not to
each
my
of you
knowledge,
keep
at least.
Nolan's memory alive. Hold him close in your hearts. Share his stories and never stop saying his name. As long as we continue to remember him, his light will continue to shine through us all. Nolan, we love you. We'll continue to fight for you. And until we meet again, and thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Let me just say, Cece, you asked the question, did his friends who were with him show up? Uh, if
Such a
they
good
had,
question.
it would have been widely publicized. It would have been widely publicized. So it's safe to say that no, they didn't come, and that doesn't surprise me one bit because judging from the inception of this situation, when that young man reached out to the mother at 11 o'clock at night, inquiring as to whether or not she knows where he is. Uh, we don't know where he is. He yada yada yada. They lawyered up immediately. They were lawyered up when he called.
Yeah, they
He
know something.
yeah, his mother, the judge, the stepmother, I should say. I'm sure she has counseled them all individually, and it was, I mean, the fact that she came out with that statement It's
For
so out of
sure.
line, out of the norm, out of the gist of the law as a judge, you
Yeah,
know. It just doesn't make any sense to me how what's good for the goose isn't always good for the gander in these cases. They don't live by those rules. So
it's
these
really
young men,
upsetting.
yeah, these young men showed their true friendship
They sure did, not
in
showing
their
up.
movements, yes. So them being there or not being at the service, it doesn't surprise me because they're covering their ass. And
They
there's
look guilty for not showing up. He's supposed to be your friend.
exactly,
You were with him, the last person that seen him alive, and now you're not curious or
What up?
wondering or upset
they s-
about the fact that your friend is now gone.
exactly. But like I said, you got to be careful who you call friends because when it's no longer convenient for you to be a friend, you're no longer a friend. And
Yeah.
that's what happened that night. I don't,
Oh, that
I-
that's what happens in the world in general, right? You know?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But in this
yeah.
particular case, these young men grew up together, or well, I won't say grew up together in the sense that they were buddies, because if you think about it, I'm sure you know people that you were in elementary school with even today, but you wasn't hanging together back then. You just knew them. You went from one school to the next school to the
I,
next school.
I
That's how
think
it
I
usually
think they
goes.
call them like acquaintances or something like that. Like,
Acquaintance, yeah.
yeah.
So, I find it um, hard to believe that they were buddies in the sense that the press tried to portray them to be ace boon
Mhm.
coons, because a true ace boon coon wouldn't have left you on that island
No.
under
No,
any
No, that would
circumstances.
not happen.
No electricity, no nothing. They've got his cell phone. How's he going to
yeah,
contact anybody? I mean, all of those things to consider. Friends don't do that.
that is so true. How is he going to contact somebody where you left him at?
Exactly. So again, stories are conflicting. The story between
Yeah,
the girl and the friends, they don't match. She said one thing, they said another.
He
It just
said, she said, it's
he
just
said,
a
she
all
said.
mess.
It's a whole mess, and we're left up to our own devices to try to figure out what it could have been, and
right.
that doesn't have to be. If the authorities were doing their job the way they're supposed to, we
Yep.
wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Right.
I
It's almost
think the
like they
news
let them
people
go.
and the authorities want like a paycheck, kind of
Oh, they
like
want
they're
that
not really.
anyway, but they
Yeah.
want this swept under the rug.
Mm,
They want it swept under
They
the
want
rug.
this
It's
to go away.
Mississippi. It's the Deep South. There's a historic blueprint of this. This ain't the first rodeo. This been going on for
mm.
decades and decades and decades.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, it's a slap in the intelligence. It's a slap in our face of intelligence as a
Yeah.
people. We know what time it is, but as as they look at it, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
It's what you can prove.
It's what you
These
can
people,
prove.
like you said, got their lawyers lured up
Hmm.
and start coming up with excuses and their
Exactly.
storyline.
Exactly.
And the police needs to question it. And they probably
Absolutely.
did, and they know that
Well,
something ain't smelling. My dog knows something ain't right.
okay. But here's the kicker. This goes all the way to the top. It didn't stop
Mm,
at law enforcement. This bypassed. This went after it hit law enforcement. It went all the way up to the governor.
Well,
mm. Now, does the
So
governor care enough to do anything?
clearly not, because he came out and said the
Wow,
same doggone thing as law enforcement. He's backing them
wow.
up. So
ooh,
this is
Mm,
a system that's literally baked in. This is not what one or two people can pull a band-aid off of and reveal to the world. This is baked end racism in the state of Mississippi. Now, I'm not saying that whatever happened was racist. It's just the moves that they're making look very, very suspicious. And rather than, if it's cool, then show us it's cool. Don't keep
Mm.
making moves that show the complete opposite,
Right.
and it's really cruel to make this couple go through what they're going through.
Hmm.
It's really cruel to force a situation to where they have to do their own investigating.
Right.
They had to track down the phone. They had to track down the keys.
Wow.
It took 15 minutes for them to. I guess they went to one. The mother went. I think the mother's sister or friend, one of the two, went to one of the boys' houses, the judge's house,
Hmm.
to get the phone, because that's what she had to trace that phone to find out where it was. Now, that's the same young man that called her in the first place. He failed to mention that he had her son's phone.
That
Mm.
is a problem to me.
That's a big, big red flag. If nothing else, that in itself was grounds to take his tail to
Yeah,
jail.
and the weird questioning of him calling his mom, talking about where is Nolan? Like, are
Yeah.
you serious?
You know he's gone because you have his phone.
Right,
And
and
then
you were
another,
with them.
yeah, and then the Nolan's keys were in another boy's house, and the
Mm.
father had to go there to get his keys, and the boy comes to the door half asleep.
Wow.
Hello, talking about, I don't know where the keys are.
Mm. I wonder if some of them are in on it, and then the person that killed them was like, "Hey, here's some hush money.
Well,
Go say this and go say that."
that's that's what the suspicion is from the community. That's what it
Yeah.
looks like. It looks like, because these people are of affluent nature. We're talking about a judge, an attorney, a doctor.
Mm.
These are the parents of those white boys. Okay. And when you've got that kind of power, especially the judge, she's affiliated with high up people,
Oh yeah.
including the governor. She's high up in terms of influence.
Hmm.
She's got some juice, and they can help her get things done and swept under the rug. And this is the sad part about it. They don't even give a damn how it makes them look.
Wow.
They don't care how it makes them look, as long as they can keep them boys out of jail. Well,
Mm.
if they're guilty, I mean, if they're not guilty, what do you care how it makes them look? Because the truth shall set you free.
Right.
But
Wow.
they look guilty because what? Are they guilty? Why would he have his phone? Why
Yeah.
would the keys be elsewhere? Yes, it's natural. If you're around salt water, you're going to take your phone and you're going to place it somewhere where it doesn't get damaged. I understand
Right.
that. But they said that Nolan says, I'm going to stay here and kick it with this girl I just met.
Right.
Okay. At what point do you decide to give him his phone or not give him his phone? And then there's the strange situation behind the audio that was caught of the so-called altercation that was said to be Nolan arguing with someone saying, give me my effing phone.
Oh,
What are you doing, man? Give me my effing phone.
there's a
Now,
recording.
yes. So after all of this, after those guys go down on, DEFCON silence, and nobody is hearing anything from them, seeing them or anything, that's when the black people come out. Okay. The three black people, the so called friend that the parents never heard of.
Mm.
I'm going to say that again. There's a young man who claims to be his close friend.
Right.
And the mama said on camera, we don't know him. We've
Oh.
never heard of him. There's another friend named Javon who was his friend, claimed to be his best friend, and even his moves were kind of strange, but he wasn't even questioned by the police. to
Was
this
he there?
day. He was on the island.
Mm,
See, all this shit looks fake, phony, and undercoverish.
yeah.
You know,
And they're gonna end
so
up getting off.
yeah, I mean, it again, it goes back to it's not what it's not what they know, is what they can prove.
Right.
You know,
Mm,
and there's just so many things that have been said. They're not communicating specifics or anything like that, so we're left to our own devices to try to figure out what's real, what's not real. um did the boat get transported to the woman's house, or was it someone else's house? Thank God they've got the
mm.
GPS movements of that boat. Okay, now that's fact. But there's a lot of information
Wow.
out there that is, you know, being spewed out there that's not true. And that's what really
Mm.
upsets me as well about a lot of content creators on this app that's out there just making up shit.
Right. That.
Making up
Well,
shit.
some content creators, they know who did it, and they just want to make it up for a paycheck. So maybe,
Well,
yeah.
they probably don't know nothing, sweetie,
Yeah, that
but
don't make
they're making a big drama so people will return to their channel to see
right.
what more they're going to
Get some
uncover.
views.
See, and there's just I heard one content creator said some things that I'm like, bitch, how in the hell you know all this? And ain't nobody, the parents don't even know this. You just talking
Mm,
shit,
mm,
and then come to find out, and I'm not gonna name this woman, but she's out here making a bad name for herself on this YouTube app
Mm.
with some big content creator names.
Oh.
With some big content creator names. One of which is Gene Deal.
Oh.
The other one is
mm.
Ticket TV. Now I'll name them because they've already made videos on her. So if you're interested, y'all go to YouTube
Talking about her.
and go to Gene Deal's page, find the video. You'll figure out what that title says. Same
Mm.
with Ticket TV.
Okay.
This person is out here spewing some stuff that she ain't got no business saying, and she ought to be ashamed of herself. But if she ain't careful, she gonna find herself in court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fighting that off.
And that's the talk. That's the
Oh.
talk.
Court
That
is
ain't
for real.
wow.
no
She need to be
speculation.
ashamed
That
of
came
herself.
from the horse's mouth, both mouths. So,
Wow.
F around and find out, think you can just spew out this is all for commentary under 1976, blah, blah, blah. No, this is defamation.
Yeah.
Defamation of character is.
Hmm
It really is.
No, CC, it doesn't
And
rhyme with
harassment.
that. No, it doesn't. But it's not hard to find. Trust me. Yeah. The matter of fact, what was the name of that group that sang that song? Huh. I'll sing it later. Y'all will get it.
Oh.
I'll sing it later. Dun, 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 dun. That dirty, 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 dirty low down. That's as far as
Oh,
I'm gonna
you're
go.
singing it. Dirty, dirty, roll down on a farm.
Dun, 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 dun. I just gave you the name, y'all. Y'all just don't let it go over your head. I ain't gonna say it again. But nevertheless, I digress. I'm going to go back to the funeral and let you guys watch the rest of the funeral because so much can be said about what's going on in Mississippi.
Yeah.
But Mississippi is not the only place this is happening at. And this ain't the first go round either. This has happened on several occasions with other black men.
Mm,
It's been said actually that drowning black men is the new lynching.
mm,
Now
Wow.
think about that. You know how it used to be a big custom for a certain demographic that would, grab a black person and make a day out of it, take their family to the park and have a picnic and hang a man from the tree. And now the new lynching is drowning black men. Think about it.
Mm.
It's happening too much, way too much. Okay, let me shut up. Let me go. Let me go. They clapping because I done shut up.
Thank you, ma'am.
You guys gotta excuse me. I might be kind of all over the place a little bit.
Bless your heart. Oh my
Mm.
God, this man.
First of all, I want to say out of all my kids, Nolan was the one that would crawl backwards on the regular. Like babies crawl forward, he would crawl backwards. And he had this crazy haircut that I just I don't know. You had to see it to know him. But I want to start off by saying how proud I am of you, my son. You grew up to be a very young man that everyone enjoyed to be around. The constant lectures from me about having character, self-respect, self-discipline, and perseverance really hit home with you at an early age. These were the things that I had to live through to really be able to pass down to you and your siblings. I remember when you first asked to play basketball, and I admit I was kind of worried because you never picked up a basketball, you never shot one. We didn't have a actual basketball goal. The only thing we had was that Walmart special, the little plastic one that everybody breaks in the first few days. But on that first day of tryouts, you shocked me and your mom. And just to make a long story short, you, Jalen, and Javon won y'all first championship together.
Mm.
Middle school was even more exciting because you were not just making a name for yourself
Mm.
on the football field, the basketball court, and the baseball diamond, but you were also laying the groundwork for your little brother Elmore. I nicknamed you Mr. Cool Hands because it seemed like you was catching a touchdown every game. You wanted to be the best.
Bless
So
his
I
heart.
poured all my knowledge into you that I could by taking you to the gym to work out, taking you to the beach to do drills in the sand, teaching you how to watch film, how to study your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. And you carried these teachings all the way through high school and had an amazing run. Also, during that time, you made a lot of friends. You helped a lot of people and you became well liked by many. It really warmed me and your mother's heart when we would get a phone call or an email from a teacher talking about something that you did for a fellow student. All the teachers love Nolan. The day you came home from college, you came in the room and you asked me about training. You would always ask us or always tell us about things that you want to do for us. When you signed with a school, you want to do this and take me and your mother there. And I would always tell you that, son, you need to take it one day at a time. During this time, you trained, you worked out, the bond with your younger siblings grew stronger because they looked up to you for motivation, especially your younger brother, which played the same position that you did. You guys' competition, Cannon, Nolan loved you, and he wanted you to do just as good as he did. Ethan, the same way. Even though you weren't a receiver, he wanted you to do great things. Carly, Jaden, with you guys being the oldest, he wanted the best for you guys. And I know
that he would have did anything he could to make you guys happy. I just want to say thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for coming out and celebrating our son. It meant a lot to a lot of people. And today it just shows us how much he meant to the community, to the country, and to the world. Thank you. Thank you guys again for coming out. We appreciate it.
Well done. Well done.
Can we have all of his sisters and brothers to stand? Give the family your love.
And that's the other thing that has been debunked. A lot of people were out there saying, oh, Nolan wasn't his biological son. Yes, he was.
Oh, wow.
Stop it.
Wow.
He was the father of all 6 of their children. They have 6 children together.
They're such a cute couple.
They really are. I saw pictures of them early on in their relationship.
James Wellborn is here, the father of Sonia Massey. We appreciate him being here. When I was called about what happened to Nolan, and as the days went on, the parents came to our Harlem headquarters of National Action Network and told the story as they knew it at that time. Attorney Ben Crump, who I call the Attorney General of Black America, began looking into this situation. And since then, every day, I have thought about what this means and what it could mean. And a lot of what this could mean, it could be the healing, or it could be the poking of the wound. That's going to be decided by what we do. The senior pastor of this church had the courage of his faith to open the doors of this church and let this family funeralize him, even though he knows that some, I'm sure, in the city would wonder why he would even do that. And the dividing of our children of God is something that we have to get over. One of the things that I'm glad to see is that there are people of all races at this funeral.
Yes. That's beautiful.
And there are people of all ages. All whites are not a racist, and all blacks are not angry. Somewhere in the middle, we've got to meet and find what is just and fair. And that is why we want to celebrate Nolan, and at the same time say we want a full and thorough investigation.
That's only fair.
Yeah.
We don't want nothing sugar-coated either way. But for an 18-year-old young man to no longer be with us, we want answers.
Yes, we do.
Not biased either way, just answers. And I think that for the family, the closure can come if there is justice. We will see where it goes. Some have prejudged. I do not think that it is appropriate for either side of opinions to prevail without a backup and fair investigation. We cannot say it was racist, but we cannot say it was not racist. So let's not judge either way until all the evidence is in. And in that light, let me say this, and I'm going to take a brief text and I'll move on. There are those that are so full of hate that they would send hate messages to the house of these parents. They sent one that Christine shared with Attorney Crump and I, and it accused her and Elma of just stirring trouble and accused the lawyers, Attorney Crump and I, oh, they just want money. First of all, I don't get any money in any of what we do.
Let me stop right there for a second. Remember, I was saying there's there's content creators. I'll just say plural. I'm not gonna say one specific one. Yes, I will, but nevertheless, I literally heard this person say out of that mouth that they in it for the money. They're capitalizing
I heard it too.
off of their son's death for the money.
Oh wait,
And
I
that
didn't hear
is
that.
the most despicable thing you could say to a grieving couple, a grieving
Ooh,
family, to say, oh, that they're
that is
basically
so
using this to get money.
sad.
Literally pocket watching the GoFundMe.
Yeah, instead of contributing.
That part. But so busy pocket watching how much money is being collected in the GoFundMe and then criticizing them for it. Oh, well,
Wow.
once they hit the mark, then the
So
goal
disrespectful.
gets larger. That's actually customary for GoFundMe in many cases. If the mark is met, they will raise it because it's still an open
Right.
thing. It's still open for donations. So how
Exactly.
dare you get on this damn platform and make these people out to be greedy for money and using their son to get it? They didn't ask for that money. They didn't ask for their son to die.
Exactly.
But
Preach,
in the same
Auntie.
breath, you on your platform asking for cash apps and Zelles and all this other shit.
Right. Exactly.
That's the part that kills me.
You want
You're
to click in a
pocket
view.
watching these people, literally counting the money that they've received thus far in their GoFundMe, criticizing the money that they've received, criticizing the fact that each time it hits the mark, the goal goes higher,
Mm.
and then making a video of her laughing, criticizing her smiling, criticizing. I mean, she's reflecting on a memory of her child and it causes her to chuckle or whatever. That's normal grief. And this individual is mocking that, saying, yeah, see, she's laughing. Look at her laughing.
Mm.
That, mm,
That's horrible.
that burns me up.
I bet.
That
Yes.
burns me up, and I'm going to shut up before I end up in court, because I swear I I could really just go in on this person. I don't know this person from Adam, but this
Yeah.
person is definitely making themselves a name on YouTube right now,
Yeah.
and it
In
ain't a
the
good
worst
one.
way.
Yeah, it definitely ain't a good one. So I wanted to say that because he said what he said, because they're taking flack about this. Everybody want to, well, I won't say everybody, but the naysayers want to get up there and criticize Al Sharpton, criticize Ben Crump for being up there and helping in this situation and talking about, oh, they in it for the money. Why do you care about money right now? Don't you want to get down to the bottom of what happened to this young man? You so busy looking at everything else that you don't
Instead of
you
the right things.
yeah, you can't see beyond the forest for the trees. It's ridiculous. But see, people like that, they're miserable.
Oh yeah.
They're miserable. They're clout chasers, and
Yep. They're
they'll
in the
never
worst
make it.
way.
They'll never make it.
No.
God don't bless
No.
no mess, and this is a mess. That
Yeah.
thing sitting up on that platform is a mess.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Hmm. Hi, Duty Bird.
Most of the cases that you have seen us do, we help to pay the funerals and all of that, and never ask for a dime back, even if they got settlements. But since Mississippi's so special, I'm not only saying we don't want nothing. I want to say right here now, and I'm inspired by who accused us of that I want to put up from National Action Network and me. I want to offer a reward of $50,000 to anybody
Wow. 50,000.
Oh, Tyler doubled
I
it.
want to put a reward up
Who?
to $50,000
Tyler Perry.
for
doubled it.
anybody that
Oh,
will
wow.
give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case
Hey,
of
Pickles.
what happened.
They hiding it. This is
He was not
crazy.
on that island by himself.
No.
Somebody saw something and knows something.
That's right.
So I didn't come to make money. I came to give money. Stand up and tell the truth.
Okay.
Whatever it is, good or bad. We're not going to prejudge it, but we cannot end it until we know all the facts. So all you got to do is reach out to Attorney Crump's office, and National Action Network could do that if it leads to an arrest and conviction. And I guarantee you'll have it before the sun goes down. I want to thank Tyler Perry, who has paid for the funeral.
Oh, wow.
We didn't call him. He called me and said, I want to pay for that. I want to thank Byron Allen and others that have contributed, some that don't even want their name called. I was thinking as a scripture in Genesis, the 4th chapter, that passage that starts at the 2nd verse said, and again she bore his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain a worker of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought unto the Lord an offering of fruit of the ground. And Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock, and their fat portions. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering, but for Cain and his offering he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his face fell. The Lord said to Cain, why art thou angry? And why has your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is contrary to you, but you must rule over it. Cain spoke to Abel, his brother. And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, where is Abel, your brother? And he said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And the Lord said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground. May God add a blessing to the reading of his word. The story of what we have faced in America is a question that started in the first book of the Bible with the first sibling. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? Or will we, out of some emotions, some anger, some jealousy, some envy, maybe some bigotry, decide rather than deal with building up the beauty that God put in us, that we will harm our brother and that we will harm our sister, and through some malice try to hide it. But the Bible says that the victim's blood cried from the ground. I hear this morning Nolan blood crying from the ground. Am I my brother's keeper? Or am I the keeper of some secret? Some information that you could give and won't stand up. But the blood's gonna haunt you.
That's right.
Those in law enforcement, your job is to follow the oath, not to follow the preference of what goes down. There are those that want me to condemn people before we know whether they're right or wrong. Now, yes, there's some questions around this. And this is not a rally, this is a praise and worship service. And we'll deal with those questions. But, it's interesting. I exercise every morning. I tore something in my knee about 2 weeks ago. And they told me when they did the x-ray, Reverend, that I had torn my meniscus. And I had to go to get some surgery. And they said, when I went to get surgery, they said, well, wait a minute, your doctor has to give us your history so we don't get the wrong thing to deal with your surgery. So the medication you may have and what you have to do to recoup and the exercise you have, we gotta base that on your medical history. Well, the reason why what's happened to Nolan under unquestioned, unanswered questions, gone, phone and keys found 2 days later. You don't tell nobody you had the phone or the keys.
That's
When
not
you
correct,
confront it,
y'all.
you first tell another story.
Okay, let me clarify something. The phone and the keys were located the night of, not 2 days later. His
Oh.
body was discovered 2 days later, but the keys and the phone, they were recovered that night, early the next morning, after midnight, I would have to say. But
Oh, well, thanks for clearing that
nevertheless,
up.
yeah, I caught that and I was no, that's not true.
That is interesting. They
Yeah.
found that stuff the night that he went missing.
The mother, she had an app on her phone, Life 360.
Yeah.
She traced her son's phone and found her son on land. Okay, after the guy had called and told her that he's missing.
Oh.
And when she traced her son's phone, she sent, I believe she said her friend, I might be wrong, it might have been her sister, but she sent someone to retrieve the phone, and it wound up being at the boy's house that called her.
That right there bothers me.
Exactly.
Because your phone should be on you, especially if you're going to be by yourself.
Exactly.
If you're going to leave me, I need a phone just in case I need to. That's not making sense.
How many kids gonna leave a phone behind I mean, if your friends are leaving, you're gonna go and get your phone.
That should be suspicious to the police. And a whole bunch of other stuff that you mentioned, Auntie Mickey.
And the keys. Yeah. The father had to go retrieve the keys from, if I'm not mistaken, one of the other boys. So the parents are doing more investigative work than the police themselves.
They should have been getting that his possessions.
Yeah, but they instead, law enforcement, the chief of police comes out, or sheriff, whatever the hell he is. First thing
Days
out of his
later.
mouth is, "Oh, we found no signs of foul play." You haven't even investigated.
Right.
So how can you come to that conclusion that soon in the game?
Preach on it, Auntie Nikki.
This
See,
smells cover up from
it's
the
not,
moment.
they're not going to get away with it. You know,
Not
social
from the
media
moment.
is a very powerful tool.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing about this whole story. Had it not been for social media, we wouldn't be talking about this right now, because this story did not hit legacy media. NBC,
Oh,
CBS, CNN, those big wigs
it
were
didn't
not
hit there?
reporting on this. That hit them 5 days later.
Now they're talking about it.
They hit it. They got it hit 5 days later. This came out because
They're
of
going to mess around and
content
ain't going to be no more
creators.
news.
Content creators brought this to the light.
That's a shame.
Content creators.
Yeah. They knew, they just didn't report on it.
Well, I don't even know if they even knew, but they're very controlling as to what they report.
Right, CNN and NBC, all of them should be reporting on stuff like that.
Exactly. Oh, they're reporting it now. But it took social media, content creators on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. People were, I mean, this story caught fire. And that's how it got out there in the forefront. And that's when legacy media picked up on it and says, interesting. Well, okay, I guess we'll report on it. But then it really got funky looking, so they had to jump on it. But what kid do you know is going to leave their phone anywhere? Anywhere, especially under those circumstances. This is an island, and he had no transportation back. No lights, no electricity, no nothing out there. No shelter, no nothing. Nobody's going to do that in their right mind, even for a girl. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the girl's story is totally
Same story in
contradictory
it.
to the others.
Wow.
Totally contradictory to the others. So it paints a picture of the haves and the have-nots, so to speak, covering their tracks, or covering the tracks of their offspring, because they've got the means to do it, and they don't care how it makes them look as long as they're out of prison. But I know I serve a good God. I don't know about everybody else, but he gonna make this right. Because even if they don't go to prison, it's gonna be hell to pay to come out of hiding.
Yeah. Because we're going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Satin
solving the
says,
case.
okay. Satin says, I so do believe the arguments about that phone did happen. And the one that made the call saying he was missing, that's who the argument was with. He's the one that held on to Nolan's phone. Exactly, Satin. He had the phone, and he didn't tell the mother that he just called that your son is missing, but I have his phone. No, he didn't say all that. The parents had to do their own independent investigation, starting from the time that phone call came. That's the sick part of all this.
God is.
That's the sick part of all this. Let me keep going here.
Then when they finally get the phone and the keys,
Oh, and it's scrubbed, by the way.
Erased from the phone.
Erased everything.
There's just too many unanswered questions. Somebody saying that he told us he was leaving the island. So I don't know an 18-year-old person, black, white, or undecided, that gives somebody their phone.
Right.
I'm a lot older than 18. I wouldn't trust Crump with my phone.
Hello. He's telling the truth, though.
Yeah.
So we just raising the questions. Where is my brother? He went out with y'all. He came back.
Come
Not
back
with
with
where
y'all.
is my brother?
That's the rule.
And because of the background, like they asked me before they give me surgery, they went to my medical history. So the reason why a lot of people in the nation are looking at this Nolan situation is that we've looked at history in Mississippi.
Right.
Some of us,
We preaching out.
some of us
Stand up,
remember
y'all.
what happened in Mississippi.
Emmett Till.
And because of what happened in Mississippi, doesn't mean it's guilty today, but before we can medicate and heal today, we got to look at your history.
Yeah, the history is more than shaky.
Because history will decide, can you handle the medication? I look back into history, and I noticed that Emmett Till happened here. All the way to Medgar Evers happened here. Based on the history, we got to be able to dig deep. We can't have people in law enforcement saying there was no foul play before an investigation.
Thank you.
We got to look at the history.
That part.
Now, I know, and I told Christine and Elmer, they're going to say, you had Sharpton come down. And that could be controversial, but don't get me wrong. I grew up in Brooklyn.
Girl.
I grew up in a section called Brownsville. My parents had a nice home in Queens, nice middle class home. And daddy left and mom had to move to a tenement in Brownsville. I didn't grow up in Fort Greene like Spike Lee. They were middle class. We was poor. We weren't even poor. We was poor.
P-O.
And we had, Spike don't know nothing about this, but we had roaches. And I remember I went one night and I went in the kitchen. Sister had gone to bed, mother had gone to bed. I looked in the kitchen and I saw these roaches all over the kitchen. And I'm looking for the raid. Some of y'all grew up like me, know what raid is. I'm looking for the raid to spray the roaches. I ran and woke up my sister. And I said, there's roaches all over the kitchen. She said, leave me. I said, get up, you gotta help me. There's roaches all over the kitchen. She kind of stumbled and come down the hall and hit the switch and fixed her eyes. And when she looked, she said, ain't no roaches in here. I said, no, they were right here. She said, you woke me up, I don't see no roaches. She went back to bed. She was angry, didn't want to hear from me. I went back again and looked in the kitchen. Roaches everywhere. I went back and grabbed again. I said, come on. You got to see it. I'm not kidding. She stumbled in. She cut the light on. Roaches was gone. So I'm now in the little hallway trying to figure this out. And I figured it out. That when you cut the light on.
Hey, Lady T. When you cut the light on.
When you cut the light on.
Yes.
The roaches run.
Yeah, they do.
I did not come to Mississippi to cause no trouble. I come to cut the light on.
Cut the light on. Sunlight is the best disinfectant.
And if we cut the lights on, you're going to see roaches start running all over. It's time to cut the light on. It's time to get rid of our differences.
That's right.
It's time to let love rule over hate. It's time for a new Mississippi.
Come on now.
It's time for a new coming together. It's time for us to stand together no matter who's wrong. God will make a way for his children.
That's right.
Jesus. Look down that baby's bloody.
That's why God can use this occasion to make blacks and whites in a state with a bad history say in Nolan's name, we're going to come together and we're going to find out the truth here together. We're going to love together. We're going to make his name be the difference between those of the past. We're going to have some justice and some fairness no matter what it is. We're going to cut the light on.
Cut the light
We're
on.
going to get rid of the roaches. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
That was good.
Come on, Lady T. I done dropped that link now. Come on, daughter.
Hello, Lady T.
Before we leave, I must hear
Hey,
from where we
Pickles.
go from here
Pickles.
and the family as we pursue an open, impartial look at what happened to Nolan. May we hear from the Attorney General of Black America, Attorney Benjamin Crump.
Now check this out. I done forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. See, I told you I'm geriatric. Okay, lady said, I'm in Lady L. I'm not doing panel tonight. I'm packing just here for our people and to support y'all. Thank you, my love. Thank you.
Oh, it's
Hi,
good to
Lisa
see you, Lady
Bruno.
T.
You know what I wanted to
Hey,
say because
Lisa.
it keeps slipping my mind.
Mm.
But the greatest thing that's glaring to me is that this young man had such a bright future.
Right.
It was so bright, it most likely outshined theirs.
Could be.
I'm going to say it again. This man had some natural talent. This young man had natural talent and was going somewhere naturally, not by somebody's backing because my mom has
Right.
friends in high places,
Just
not
smart
because
and
my
intelligent.
family has lots of money and my friends are all connected. This young man was going to make it based on his own merit because this is what black people do. Black people have to do 10 times better than your
Yeah.
average
Oh,
white just to
yeah.
get at eye level.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So again, I say all that to say this, and I'm not saying this is the case because we don't know what happened, but I do know one thing: jealousy is an awful drug.
Yeah, something fishy
This
happened.
man had, this young man had, he was supposed to be going to college that Monday
See,
for D1 tryouts, I believe,
wow,
at his college.
that is crazy.
Okay? He had such a bright future and nobody had to hand it to him.
Something happened.
Jealousy is a awful drug.
Like he said, they turned on the lights and now they scattering.
Mm-hmm. And it's been said that they were probably drinking, yada, yada, yada. Okay, we haven't received a toxicology report yet, but even if they do find that in the system, at least find that out so we can know. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Find out what was in his system, if anything was in his system.
Right.
Because that could have a big effect on, you know, his ability to, you know, if he fell in the water or something and able to swim and whatnot. I told you, my son drowned. and he was a good swimmer, but he had some substances in his system. So I accept that as part of the cause as to why he passed. We don't know nothing about this situation right now. And it's unfair to the family and the public to leave it up to speculation and then get mad when the speculation ain't speculating your way.
Right. Yep.
So Doodlebird has a question. Says, question, who finally found his phone and keys?
His
He left his
parents.
keys behind, sweetheart. His friends had the keys. They left with his keys and phone.
He didn't have them on it, which means that something happened in the water where he didn't have this on him.
Well, either
Whatever
that or
happened, it wasn't on him.
right. It wasn't on the island. We'll put it like that. And the fact that he knew, if according to their report, he elected to stay behind. If that were true, he would not have left his phone with them. So it suffices to say that it's a very strong possibility that something happened to him before they left that island. You see what I'm saying? Because for them to leave him saying, oh, well, he wanted to hang out with this girl.
Right.
He's not going to hang out with this girl without getting his keys and phone first.
Right.
And the girl says, well, no, that's not true. He told me he was going back with his boys.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
The jive ain't jiving. But what does make sense is that he said, give me my phone. That's what that audio said, man. Give me back my effing phone. What's the matter with you?
Wow. So
And
there is an audio.
A friend, after the fact, comes out after everybody done went decon underground and says, oh, that wasn't Nolan. That was me. The mama heard that same voice, and she said, that's my son. That's my son's voice. Both parents identified his voice on that audio.
Oh.
I'm going to take the word of the parents before I take the word of a quote friend that came out after the fact and said, oh, that was me.
Right.
See, I'm looking at old boy saying, who paid you?
Yeah.
Or who threatened you, or both. So we can come up with all kind of scenarios, but the bottom line is it's up to them to put a stop to the scenarios and give up the information and quit bullshitting. Bullshitting the public.
And call these men in and talk to them one-on-one and show them what you got. Mm-hmm. Because something ain't, the lights ain't,
it ain't mapping out.
When I figured when he turned on those lights, those roaches were moving fast. It's like the judge was moving fast, doing stuff, covering up.
Yeah. Because she sure did go into motion.
Yes, she did.
She kicked into high gear and
scrubbing the boat.
And allegedly took that boat home to her backyard. So all I can say is this, it's Mississippi.
Well, Mississippi finna be exposed.
Yep. Well, they've been exposed. They've been exposed. This is nothing new under the sun, but this is 2026, and they need to catch up with the times.
Exactly.
They need to catch up with the times.
Again, here, not being exposed, already exposed.
Right.
But it's just, you guys are back on the map for this right here.
Mm-hmm. Lady T she asked a very important question. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you asked that question because it's something I forgot to write down. When they called the Coast Guard for help, because allegedly their boat was taking on water, some pump was dysfunctioning, and they were taking on water. And I listened to the audio of that call. It was never said that their friend was not on the boat. The Coast Guard said, "Is everyone on the boat okay?" And they said, "Yeah." They didn't mention a friend was left behind. Nolan was not on the boat at the time that they called, allegedly. But again, we don't know. But what we do know is that GPS shows every movement of that boat. I had
Right,
it
I
written
remember you
down.
telling
I
me
should have
that.
brought it in here.
You
Because
said that they
there's
had
a 4-minute time frame after they left the island. There's a
yeah.
4-minute time frame of travel between the island and back home. It took over an hour to get there from the mainland, but it took 4 minutes. They had to be traveling 150 miles an hour for them to travel that fast to get on the other side. And then they left again and then hung out in the middle. Something went on in the middle of the ocean for some time. We don't know what activity was going on at that particular time, but it's all suspect because ain't nobody talking. Ain't nobody talking. But light is the best disinfectant. Bottom line. Hold on, let me get Crump back up here because you know he can be long-winded.
Y'all give it up for Reverend Al Sharpton. What a message. What a message. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Now let's say it so his family will know they are not alone. Justice for Nolan Wells. Thank you. I stand before you with a plea for justice. I'm so grateful that Reverend Al Sharpton, America's civil rights leader, did not think it robbery to stand with Christine and Elmo and all of their family.
Did he call
to
him
let them
Elmo?
know that despite what some people may say or do
Ben,
that is
come
so
on now.
insensitive,
Elmer.
so disrespectful,
Oh, it's Elmer.
Yeah, like Elmer
so
Fudd.
inhumane,
Not
while
Elmo.
you all are grieving the worst loss that any parent could have, that people from New York, people from Los Angeles, people from Chicago, Detroit, London, Paris, all over the world has been calling Nolan Wells' name. Justice for Nolan Wells.
They have.
I'm so very grateful, Reverend Al, Reverend Toon, that we have a great team of lawyers and investigators, because it's always a team effort. As I heard Elmo often talk about, T.O., Nolan was a great teammate. And everybody who's ever played on a team and who has been successful in their endeavor understands that you're only as good as your teammates are. So I want to just acknowledge Attorney Lisa Park, Attorney Eric Hertz, Attorney Gary Buffkin, Attorney Carlos Moore, Attorney Camila Moore, and all those great paralegals and investigators and activists. All the people who are encouraging people to call and give us information so we can get to the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells. We want to thank you all. It matters. It matters. We're on a ferocious search for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And so it is very important that you all understand our legal team. And we have these great co-counsels, but Reverend Al, we're all co-counsels. Anybody who's seeking the truth for what happened to Nolan Wells, I want you all to know that you all are our co-counsels. Amen? Amen. Y'all all our co-counsels. And on this legal team, we stand for truth, no matter who it implicates or exonerates. We stand for justice, no matter who it convicts or who it acquits. We stand for transparency because we don't need law enforcement to narrate, because we want transparency because we can see. We don't need them to tell us what they think. And that's why we need all of you to encourage people who were on Horn Island on July 4th. If you took a picture,
Thank you.
if you have a video, if you have Snapchat,
Hey,
if you
Kendra.
have anything, we are pleading on behalf of Elmo and especially on behalf of Christine. As she said, any parent would want the answers as to what happened to their child. They went out on the boat came back, and Nolan washed up on the shore 2 days later dead. Wouldn't you want answers?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you want transparency? Wouldn't you want the truth? Wouldn't you want justice? I mean, is that so much to ask? I think so much about Reverend Al and all these cases where we champion the cause for justice, whether it was any number of young people. I think about Trayvon Martin. I think about Michael Brown. I think about Breonna Taylor. I think about Botham Jones. I think about Stephon Clark. I think about Sonia Massey. I think about so many of our children that were taken from us in highly questionable circumstances. And all the time when Reverend Al and NAACP and leaders show up to say, hold on, we want answers. We want answers because we love our children just like you love your children. Our tears are just as painful as your tears. Our pain hurts just as much as your pain. So whatever you would do for your children, if they were on that boat on Horn Island on July 4th, we want you to do it for Nolan Wells. Whatever investigation you would give for your children, we want you to do it for Nolan Wells. Whatever insurgents you would do on people's phones for your children, we want you to do that for Nolan Wells. Do it for Nolan Wells. Because really, if we're thinking like co-counsels, understand that Nolan Wells was the son of Christine and Elmore, but he really was all of our sons. Because if something this tragic could happen to their son, it can happen to your children. So we all have to stand up together and say we're fighting for justice for Nolan Wells because he is our son too. And they want us to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Al, Reverend Holmes, they want us, won't y'all just go ahead and, we already told you it was no foul play. What do you keep making so much
That's
noise?
what they want you to do.
Well, until we get answers, until we get to truth, until we get to justice, we're going to stand up and we're going to keep ringing the justice bells for Nolan Wells. We're going to ring the justice bells for Nolan Wells here in Mississippi. We're going to ring the justice bells for Nolan Wells in the United States of America. We're going to ring the justice bells for Nolan Wells all over the world because Nolan's life matters. 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 Christine, could you all come up with this one last time? Y'all understand, really, we work with so many families. The reason we all got to stand on our feet and say Nolan life matters, because as Reverend Al said, at some point, the cameras are going to go away, the crowds are going to go away, the government investigation going to go away, and they're going to feel so alone, as if nobody cared, that nobody felt that Nolan's life mattered. So I want you to stand to your feet and let them know that Nolan's life matters. 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 Nolan's life matters.
Let me say to Christine and Elmer, before we do the prayer of committal and escort the family out, I just got a text, Christine and Elmer, you know that Tyler Perry said he would pay for the funeral. He must be watching because he said, I'm gonna match you and put up $50,000 more. So
there you go.
We putting up $100,000.
There you go.
For anybody that'll come forward. We just want the truth, that's all.
Wow.
We just want the truth.
Amen.
And we want
Tyler
Perry. He must have been watching. Want to thank Colin Kaepernick, who paid for Colin Kaepernick, a real giant in our community, shouldn't be disrespected by anybody. And I'll leave that for when I get back to Harvard. But thank you, Colin, for what he did for this family. I'm going to ask Reverend R.B. Holmes to give us the prayer of committal, and then we will have the pallbearers, and we will do the recession.
I'll let this prayer go through, and then I'm gonna end this video because we got a little bit more to talk about.
In his providential care, bless, keep, and strengthen this mother and father and family. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust, looking forward to the resurrection when Noah will rise again. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Amen.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and end that video because from there they just take the body out. Let me just say that I can't help it. Sometimes I shouldn't look at the comments. And I was reading some of the comments on that particular video, and some of the most ignorant shit I've seen was being spewed out in those comments. And it just leads me to further know. Yeah. It leads me to further know that, there's some hateful ass people out there, whether they're racist or not. This ain't the time or place to be spewing your nonsense. Clearly you ain't got nothing better to do than to get up in a chat on somebody's funeral and browbeat the people that are in the chat agreeing with what's being said. So without further speaking on that, I just wanted to let y'all know that the hatred is real. The hatred is real. Okay. And I had the opportunity to go up on a panel after the funeral at a content creator. His site is called Classic Codes, and he had a panel up there, and I was able to go up there and speak my little 2 cents. And I'm going to pull that up real quick just so you guys can get an idea of what was said on that. If you can hold on just a second here. Hold on. Classic Codes. Shout out to Classic Codes, because they've been following this story big time. Okay.
Oh, what a treat. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I got to find the spot. Yeah, I got the timestamp. So let me see if I can. I don't want to play through the whole thing. Yeah, y'all would probably fall asleep on me. So give me just a second. Okay, this is good enough. Okay. Okay, he's got music playing, so okay. I gotta share this screen. I might have to turn this music down too.
Whose music?
Okay, just bear with me for just a second, because they got music playing. I don't want to get hit with copyright.
Music in the meantime while we wait on Tez down to
Put a
come
one
back
in
and
the
join
chat
us.
if
And
you can
also I
hear.
did drop the link in the chat again in case anybody, it's no pressure, but if somebody want to come up and say they 2 cents, even if it's just condolences to the family, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can pop in. We got somebody coming into the chat. Hey Charles, can you I think you called in before. Oh, he popped in and popped right back out. Okay, we'll see if he come back. But I saw you backstage, Charles. But yeah, we'll see if he come back. I think
may
he
have to
called
go a
in
little
before though, but I might be
fast
wrong.
forward a little bit.
OMG. Somebody want that money. Yeah, 100 bands. Listen, 100 bands. He talking about it's gonna be in your account by sundown. If I know something, I'm saying something for 100. For 100, I can get out of town. I ain't gonna lie to you. You gonna get that to me tonight? No U-Haul. Keep the furniture. I'm gone. Straight up. For 100 cold cash, nigga, I'm gone. Straight up, I'm telling you, everything I saw was him, and him. Yep. And all of us told us if we talk, we were never gonna walk. All that. I'm telling the whole thing. And I'm agreeing to testify. Just let me get gone. All right, Charles, can you show me, can you cam up real quick backstage just so I can verify you? All right, bet. You can go back off cam. I see you.
I kind of want to.
What up, brother? Talk to me.
Through him.
I'm gonna say this. You know, I was on your show about 2 weeks ago. We had a good dialogue.
Yes,
Let me say this. This young man didn't come from a broken home. He didn't come from a broken home. He got tipped too well-to-do parents. But the problem is this, that he left with them on the boat, and then they showed a diagram of the boat, kept stopping. You know, stopping here, stopping there. which tells me they was looking for somewhere to throw the body. I say this. I say he was dead on the boat, and then they threw.
Let me skip forward a little bit.
Backstage before I bring you up. You can go back off cam. I just need to verify you.
I don't want to be.
Go ahead,
I don't
Charles.
want no speculation.
My daddy purchased.
Right.
Yeah.
Mississippi hasn't changed. The only thing changed in Mississippi is the date. But those people are still there. As you can see, cold and clear.
Mm-hmm.
These things are not no joke. They used to take our women and tie them to horses and pull them apart while everybody watch. Scare you so bad till you'll never try anything. I say this. I'm tired of marching. I'm tired of singing. We shall not be moved just like a tree. And then they found a tree, the nearest tree to hang you in. This is not a game. I'm tired of marching. People out there falling out. Ain't no Gatorade, ain't no water. Everybody got on different perfume and cologne. People falling the hell out. And then some people ain't took no bath. They just came on out there. Should have stayed at home. I'm tired of marching. I'm tired. See, once you get tired of doing the same thing, then you're going to have to try something else. Because let's say this. Say they said black folks are violent. Well, we learned it from you. See, we learned it from you. And see, your population ain't going like you thought it would. See?
Okay, I'm skipping forward a little bit.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you for coming up, Charles. Always a pleasure having you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sean,
mad.
Nosy by nature. Talk to me.
You're muted, Nosy.
You muted. Let me take you off.
I'm gonna step away for a second, Joe.
I muted it.
Yep. Auntie
We
Mickey,
finally got Nosy by nature on screen.
Just me.
I just wanted to show my face, so make it personal
Finally.
when we having our conversations.
Yep. Hey, just me. I see you backstage. I need to see your face before I pull you on stage. I got to make sure. It's a sensitive topic, so I can't risk my platform. You got to show me your face, and then you can go back off cam. Go ahead, though, Nosy.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying to be up on the panel with you guys for the first time.
Yeah, we appreciate you. We appreciate you calling in, putting a face to the name. Where you at with all of this that's been going on? Have you been keeping up with all the coverage?
With everything, with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And just sticking to the, just ringing out the bullshit and and soaking up the, what makes sense.
What makes sense to you?
Nothing. In this case,
come on, Nosy. Come on now.
In this case, nothing makes sense about nobody knows anything. And it makes sense when people on the same, on the same page. Like that don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And when all the speculation.
You look so good.
About how
sweetheart.
it could have happened and what we think happened. It's like all that makes sense. And I don't see how the parents are like not feeling like that or really in an uproar. Not, not talking about violence, but really, if you want to protest and march, it should be down there at the precincts, all the people involved, rounding them up. Everything is like nobody moves. Nobody moves because somebody didn't got hurt. They didn't die. So we got to get some answers.
I'm tired of
Let me ask you this, and I'm not combating nothing you saying, but if you were the oppressor, right? Let's say you're the oppressor, would marching make you stop?
It's not about it. I'm talking about in legal form. Like that's what we can do. March to be heard. I'm tired of marching too, and all of
I got a question for you.
But it's like we have to get out there and be heard, even if we have to go stand out like in front of the View and these radio places and stuff. Like, why y'all not speaking on this? Why y'all not talking about this and that?
Right. They talked about Nancy Guthrie.
Let me ask a question, Nosy. First question is, how many
to get
marches?
Out there just like the Jehovah Witness and walk door to doors and
Yeah, but don't nobody like them.
But I'm talking about talking our talk though. saying what we say. They bold to do it and pass out stuff and you know say what they believe in.
My thing
we gotta
is,
be just like that, just in their face with it. Like,
I
no.
feel like nonviolence is controlled opposition.
If it have to get violent, though, it can get violent, but it have to be organized.
And then, like now, in all these major cities, they have cameras set up all over the cities on every street.
That's
Whether
right.
people want to believe that or not, I'm just letting y'all know. If you go into a major city, especially Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, especially Dallas.
Yeah,
Dallas has
we
had
all
cameras
know
since the
this,
60s.
We
You know?
all know this, but crime is still happening.
Well,
People
here's my
still
point.
getting away with stuff like Nolan.
If you go to one of those protests or one of those marches, you are putting yourself in an FBI database so that they can target you. But here's the
We
thing about
already
that.
in one, really. If
Right,
you look
but here's
at
the
it,
thing.
we
With
already in
AI,
one.
they can place you somewhere at this protest that you weren't.
Amen.
And everyone will believe it on the news.
That's right.
And your GPS will ping that you were there. They have all
Not
the
how
evidence
I
that
would
they
do
need.
things, because I gotta go to work. I gotta get back to my job. My job gonna verify me. I'm
me tell
only
you.
doing things on certain times, and people know my pattern.
I'm going to tell you the only thing that's ever worked. The enemy that cannot
I
see
understand
you.
what you're saying, though,
Yeah.
but I'm sick of it. It's a way.
We all tired of it, Nosy.
Where
But
there's
listen,
a will, there's a way.
the enemy that cannot see you is the enemy that cannot fight you.
Hello.
Marching lets them know exactly how many soldiers you got. It lets them know that you're out there peacocking for them and that you're not willing to actually do anything.
Is this brother telling the truth? Is he spitting facts or what?
It is, but I'm trying to figure out where he's going with it.
What he's saying, because she's saying get out there and protest, walk the streets. We've been doing that for eons, and nothing comes of it. Okay.
Look at what they're doing in the boycott. Well, the transfer of wealth that's going on.
That's more effective.
Yes, that would be great.
And see, what she's saying is basically, let's get out there and protest, yada, yada, yada. Okay, that hasn't happened in the past.
Yeah.
But what this brother brings down, and a lot of people don't take this under consideration, now in the world of AI.
Yeah.
See, that's the world we're in now. You get out there in them streets and march, and they've got cameras everywhere.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can take your image, and they can take your image and place you in a place where you are not at. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To target you. You may not, you can just be in a protest and ain't doing a thing. And the next thing you turn around a week later, you're being accused of pulling off a robbery at some bank somewhere, and they've got somebody running out of the bank with your face.
Wow.
This is what we have AI to thank for. This is where he was going with that. So let me pick that back up. Hold on.
I'm not talking about the marches like they doing. I'm talking about marching up into the city halls and into places where laws can be made, can be changed.
I don't think laws are real. That's the thing. We have to stop thinking that law is real. The law is only able to be enforced by the people who want to enforce it.
Well, we got to enforce God's
want to
law. We got to enforce.
They don't
God's
believe in
law.
God either. The people
They don't have to believe in it. We ain't gonna stand for what they talking about though, because what we believe in.
Auntie, you talk to me. What you think?
Oh, geez, I've got so many emotions rolling through me. It's all I know is that I can only imagine what that mother is feeling. I lost a son. He wasn't 18, he was 33, but I lost a son drowned. Okay. And we didn't have to deal with this particular type of circumstance because we knew he actually drowned. But this is Mississippi. Point blank period. This is Mississippi. I'm almost 64 years old. So I was born into the civil rights movement. I can remember when my grandparents raised me in the environment. Now, let me just give you a little bit of history, just so you can understand where I'm coming from. You can see how light I am. Okay, that's no, ain't hiding nothing.
Look like my auntie.
But I am biracial. My father is black. My mother was white. But this is the country that we live in. My mother walked away when I was 6 months old because of the color of my skin and the color of my father's skin. You laid with him, you didn't have a problem laying with him and having a baby by him, but you couldn't raise what you produced. So with that said, it was my father and my grandparents on his side that raised me. So that's all I know is Black. And that's what I will always identify as. And the thing about this particular situation, it goes to show that nothing has changed under the sun, just the date. And we've got to do more than just protesting in the streets. Like you said, they got all these cameras around and they will use them to their advantage. I don't know what the solution would be, but protesting, walking, marching in the street, that worked for Martin, but Martin ain't here no more. This ain't 1964, 68. We're in 2026. We into a level of technology with AI, just like you pointed out, sir. They can superimpose your face on anything.
True.
To create their narrative.
You got to be careful.
So you got to get away from giving them the control. We have to take the control to get to the bottom of this. I don't know what that solution would be, but enough is enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. And again, this is Mississippi, but Mississippi ain't the only state that's got this going on. I live in Washington State, supposedly one of the most diverse states in this country, but they got them here too. The difference is that it's the smile on the face. It's the smile on the face, the inclusion. And then when you turn your back, they put that nail right there in your back.
Yeah.
So this is a countrywide issue.
Yeah.
And we have to fight fire with fire. You know, we have to meet them with their energy. And I'm not sure how to do that. I'm really not sure how to do that, but the tables have got to turn at some point, because I know what the Bible says. The Bible says the last shall be first and the first shall be last. Right now, they're treating us like we're last.
Yeah.
But we are first. And that's what they can't handle. They can't handle that. Mm-hmm. This infuriates me, that this family would be put through this. 18-year-old young man, and this is the thing, and pardon me if I'm talking too much.
You good.
This young man had a future, a bright future that I bet you them same white boys didn't have.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the money had to buy theirs. He did it on just being himself. He was what he shined, not his parents' pockets.
That part.
That
and they didn't like that.
And jealousy is an awful DRUG. I don't care if they knew each other since they were elementary school. Circumstances can change you in a heartbeat.
Yep.
There were too many people on that island for nobody to see nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Come on.
I'm with you.
And don't be surprised if the little white girl might have been the catalyst from all of it.
I told you, I'm starting to think everybody was in on it. I'm starting to think everybody was in on it, because these cults, they got rituals they perform. It was an anniversary date. Yep. It's the 4th of July. The island happened to be named Horn. We know these is devils we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the math is math, and for all we know, like, see, that's the thing too that I was telling the chat. I said the truth is stranger than fiction. These folks been playing in our face and calling it sci-fi. Playing in our face and calling it fiction, playing in our face and calling it based on a true story, and they've been showing you real life the whole time.
That's right.
The way my brain works, and this is all hypothetical and satire for content creation, but the way my brain works, I'm seeing 50 to 100 white folks all in agreement, performing a whole sacrifice on the beach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing, my brain work like that. I go all the way left. I'm seeing a whole populace of people in a circle going through with the process. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And having 20 to 30 hands on deck to go through with the cover up all the way up the ladder. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it going way too far. You know what I mean?
It's like a movie. It's just like
they show you the truth.
movie.
They show you the truth in the
have
movie.
Props. You have to have staff. You have to have cast members.
Yeah.
You have a whole island full of cast members and nobody know nothing.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you on that one. See, it ain't too far fetched to believe that because they keep playing movies in our face all this time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I see it too.
Yeah, they show you cults and all these different movies. They got their hoods on, they in these big circles, everybody holding lit torches, and there's somebody who against their own free will about to be sliced and diced and all. Like, you think they just showing you? Like, you think that's that came from an idea from real, that was inspired by real life. Yeah, movies aren't.
TV is reality.
There you go. Movies are inspired by happenings, right?
Absolutely.
Like we know, like even in the pyramids, like a lot of pyramids were used for sacrifices, but there was different spirituality behind some of these sacrifices. You know, of course, it wasn't always, you know, blood sacrifice and, you know, racism and all of that. But these cults are very real things. Allegedly, I have to say this for my platform, but these, you know, so it's just when our wheels don't spin like that, it baffles me, to be honest with you. Like, there's so many people with the wool over their eyes. There's so many people who have been taught to believe that the 60s was so long ago, that the 70s was so long ago. You know what I mean? I keep telling people, like, there are plenty of white folks breathing who have participated in lynching.
Exactly.
They're still breathing. These people aren't, it's not like it was so long ago that like 3 generations of the people who did this stuff are dead. Like, no,
Thank
they're
you.
still present, teaching their grandbabies.
That's
like,
right.
I don't,
to hate. And I
That's
tell
right.
people all the time, ever since I seen that movie, They Lived, with them glasses, I looked at the world like that. Like, you need them glasses to see who people really are.
Yeah.
Because in that movie, it just tripped me out. How they was just how you call it, recruiting people, and you didn't know who was who until they found them glasses and put them on. Like, wow, somebody standing right next to you could be an alien.
Yeah.
absolutely.
She tickled.
But see, that's the thing. We'll laugh that off. But I've been saying that when I saw Men in Black, the first one, as a kid, I was like, oh yeah, this real life. But because I'm young, when I'm thinking it, everybody's just, you know, these kids, they got to, like, no, fam, like, this looks like when I see people whose faces look dismorphed and skin hanging how they supposed to hang and they look slimy and all, I'm like, that ain't no person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something else. You know what I mean? Like, that's something
and like
else.
you said, they show it to us like, you know,
all the
it's
time.
fake, but it's reality.
Chance, I mean, the bottom line is if it can be imagined, then it's already happened. If it can be imagined and put on film, then you can bet your bottom dollar it's already happened.
Yeah.
They just haven't put it out there on the big screen yet. But usually what we see in media has already happened. So they can't blame media for being the influence because it was already there to begin with.
Exactly. Just like books. They telling somebody's story and just changing the names.
Absolutely.
It'd be a real story.
And they're trying to change history as well.
Well, they always change history. I mean, that's pretty proven at this point. Like, anybody that can do a little bit of research will tell you that half the people that are living where they're living had no business living there in the first place because they weren't the people who did the stuff. They claim it though. They claim it. They claim it as their ancestry when they didn't have the ability to do these things. Or the fact that there are a lot of these quote unquote races and sub races that didn't even exist at the time when these things were being done.
Exactly.
Their lineage proves where it's at. You know, people don't want to talk about the fact that how the Vikings came down from the north and then started populating places, taking them over, conquering them, and populating them without asking any questions. You know, it's fine. You know, this is not going to be one of those things where what did I do if my great grandfather did it? Well, I mean, you have a trust fund right now because your great grandfather took a whole bunch of people's
You
lives.
benefit from what your great grandfather
Exactly.
did.
And that's something that people don't understand. If you're benefiting from a situation that happened a pretty long time ago, and even though you didn't do it, you still benefited from the situation. And that's the issue that we have. And I think that needs to be communicated a whole lot more than people saying, well, I didn't do anything. Why are you mad at me?
Yeah,
You're
get
mad because I
over
had
it.
an advantage. No, I'm not upset with you for having an advantage. I'm upset for you for not being grateful for the fact that you had an advantage, and two, not acknowledging the fact that we don't.
Exactly. Bingo.
I like this.
Bingo.
This is so good.
Well, I'm going to drop down. I just had to come up and speak my piece because if you let me go, I'll be all day talking.
Me too. Me too.
I'm going to have a seat in the bushes and I'm going to watch everybody else say what they got to say. But thank you so much for having me up and allowing me an opportunity to speak my piece.
Absolutely. Y'all are always welcome when I drop the link. And thank y'all for coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to drop too.
All right.
That was really nice, Auntie Mickey. Great job.
Thank you. I
the
was
way.
really honored to be able to get up there and say what I had to say, because I done got geriatric, and half the stuff I think of, it goes out my ear 30 seconds later. So
That's how I am.
but
you
this
did
is a very
awesome.
important subject to touch on. It's not something that we
Very
need
much
to
so.
let it go away, because it never goes away. Circumstances may go away in terms of specific incidents, but the underlying storm is always brewing, and we need to be cognizant of it. And we need to somehow, I don't know, and like I said up there, I don't know what to do, but marching is not the key anymore.
You
It's
did.
not.
Right?
It's
It's
not
not
the
the
key.
solution.
It's not the solution. We've been marching for shit. Martin marched.
And not just
know?
us, countries have been doing it, and there's
Exactly.
just nothing's changed.
All the marching and the problem still exists. So,
Right.
we got to get a different can of Raid out there.
Exactly. Auntie Mickey, just like ICE out here killing people.
Yeah.
Unaliving, excuse me.
Absolutely.
Unaliving people. And they march. They were marching all in the name of, stop. And they're still doing it. Like
Well,
you
just
said,
like the brother
nothing's
said. Yeah, the brother said the laws ain't real. If they
They
were,
don't
it
apply.
wouldn't be happening. They would be enforcing those laws if they were real
Right.
laws. It's
Oh,
just
this
something
is
written on a
good.
piece of paper.
This was really good. Auntie
But
Mickey.
anyway, that is going to be it for my show this evening. I hope that that this
Alright.
informed you guys in some shape, form, or fashion. This is definitely, I didn't put this out there to spew hatred or anything like that, but I want to shed some light on the truth. This is the truth. This is our truth, and some people have an idea of what the truth is, but until you walk in the shoes of those that are going through it, you never really understand it 100%. So, the more that we expose ourselves to this situation and situations similar to this, I'm going to be reporting on other incidents very similar to Nolan's, that it would blow your mind how similar the circumstances were. I did a video, I did a live actually, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was able to find a clip of some white boys on a it wasn't a lake, it was on a river, and there was a white family on paddle boats paddling down the river. Okay, on the other side of that river was a black dude with a life jacket on, the size of a child's life jacket, let me add that. And on one side of the river was the guy's white friends, alleged white friends, coaxing him to get in the water and try to swim across that river. And he's over there saying, I can't swim. I'm
Oh
going
my
to
God.
die. I'm going to die. I'm going to find that video and replay it next time I go
Oh,
live. I'm going to play it again. This was a real video.
did
that
he
was
get in there?
He actually, the couple, and there was a family on their paddle boats
that saw
him in distress. He couldn't get on the other side, and he was afraid to get in the water because he couldn't swim. And they gave him a child's life vest. Think about that. A life vest for a child would not sustain the weight of a man this size.
Right. It's not going to float.
And here's the crazy part. When that couple paddled over toward him to help him out of that river, basically what they did is they backed up, and he was able to grab the back of their paddle boats, and they dragged him across the river to safety.
Oh.
And as they were dragging him across and talking to him, his friends, his so-called friends, were over on the side of the river belittling him. You dumb fuck, you wimp, you just get in the water, man. You're such a fucking retard.
Oh,
all this crazy stuff.
That's horrible.
And that told me right then and there, when it happens once or twice, that's one thing. But when you see this constant,
you're seeing it
of the same shit, different day.
Yeah.
People, same situation. This is a new thing. This is a new form of lynching. Let's drag the black people out. You know they can't swim. That's the mentality.
I know.
You know they can't swim. We need a good chuckle. We need a good chuckle, and we're going to laugh. There's one young man who jumped off a bridge with his friends, and he died. And they threw his clothes up in the bushes and stuff. Not in that video. That's a separate situation. There are so many incidents of young black men drowning lately with their white friends not drowning.
Is this becoming an epidemic?
It is, yes. This is the new lynching. This is the new lynching.
Jeez.
And it's
I want to see
it's
that.
easier to get away with. It's easier for them to get away with it because, black folk can't swim anyway. They'll just blame it on the currents.
I know, right? Aren't you, Mickey?
It's sad. And then you've got law enforcement and those even higher up than that that's backing the lie. They backing the lie. That's why Mississippi, no matter what they come up with, I'm pretty sure that this state is going to wiggle their way out of it some shape, form, or fashion because it's already went all the way up to the governor. The governor has also come out and said this was a bad accident, that he drowned. But see, here's the kicker. When they get that autopsy and make it public, if there was no water in that young man's lungs, he didn't drown.
Right. The autopsy. That's what I was going to ask you. Has that came out yet?
No, they haven't made it public yet.
Right. Oh, someone wants to say hi to you, Auntie Mickey.
Is that Little Bit? Hey, Little Bit. Let me see your face. Let me show you my face. Okay. You don't have to show your face. I just want to say hi, Little Bit. Hello, gorgeous. Look at her. Hi, baby girl.
You see Auntie Mickey?
Self. Hi, baby.
Yeah, I moved to the... Okay. Tell Auntie Mickey thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you, bye-bye. But you know what? Melinda said something that struck me as well. Melinda says, well, I can swim. Thank you, Jesus. I don't like to swim in the sea, but I could if I needed to. And that's beautiful. That's a wonderful thing to be able to do. Unfortunately, a lot of people that don't swim often, that even know how to swim, can't deal with those currents. You know what I'm saying? And water is very unpredictable, especially large bodies of water. I mean, again, I refer back to my own son. He was a swimmer, but he went straight down and never came back up. And I still don't understand it, but you know, it is what it is. I know that somebody didn't do it to him. That I do know. So, yeah, people, whatever you do, black, white, Filipino, Mexican, I don't care what your nationality, where you come from, learn how to swim. Make sure your kids know how to swim and teach them on the necessity of being cognizant of the people that they surround themselves with, as well as the environment. Water is not safe. I seen D.L. Hughley make a joke of it today, but it's true. He said there's two places that black folks should not go to go with white folks. He said that's water and the wilderness. And it was funny, but think about it. You know, you almost have to agree, you know, but that's another story. That's another story. I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I thank you
I
guys.
was just talking.
Oh, you were? I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Speak, baby.
No. I was agreeing with you and laughing at you're right about that. And my daughter was going to swim school, and I didn't like this place. This place was being, I don't know if they were being biased or what was going on, but they wouldn't let us make up the classes when she missed. I needed to call an hour before. It was stupid stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? Give me my money back.
I'm done with you
guys. And so I'm hoping to get her into another swim class.
Yes,
Swim
definitely.
She knows how to swim, but like I just probably wouldn't leave her out there, you know.
Yeah.
Like that. Like I want to be able to just where she doesn't have to use her floaties.
Right. Well, perfect example, Malcolm Jamal Warner could swim, but he drowned.
He sure did.
So being able to swim and surviving situations that involve large bodies of water are two different things, you know. And I had to learn that through, you know, my son. So I just pray that everybody stay as safe as you possibly can, be aware of your surroundings. And, you know, unfortunately, we're living in some times where, you know, we know that people will smile in your face and stab you in the back, but nowadays that stab can literally take your life.
It can.
It can literally take your life.
You think you have friends, and like it's really making me think as my daughter grows, who we can trust, who we can't
Absolutely.
trust.
Absolutely.
Like, because there was this one mother on Friday, she was like, she said she texted me, and I was like, I didn't get it, whatever, that she was taking the kids swimming to this epic water place. And I was like, oh, for one of the little girl's birthday. And I was like, okay, sure, we'll go. We just happened to have her bathing suit and everything with her. And so I went with the mother. You know, that's what you do. You go with, especially when they're this little, of course, but when they get older, you have that thought, like, I'm thinking like, oh my God, you know, as she gets older, and be like, Mom, I'm going out with some friends. I'm like, who? What friends? Like,
it's a scary situation.
I'm going to want to know everything, though.
Absolutely, like, as you should.
And as she gets older and wants to spend the night, there's no spending the night at people's houses.
That's right.
They can spend the night at yours, but you cannot spend the night because
you don't know what's going on in other people's houses.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And that's how my grandparents raised me. I didn't understand. All my friends, they could go spend the night at each other's house, and I was the only one that couldn't go spend the night. And I was so mad about it. I was defiant. I'm like, why do you do me like that? Why do you separate me from everybody? But it had nothing to do with race. It took me to be to become a grown-up to really catch where they were coming from. You can't
Oh,
trust nobody regardless of what their race is,
right.
because the people that smile in your face will be the ones that take you out first.
Exactly. The ones that are closest to you.
Honey, them
You
OJs
know?
wasn't lying. They said backstabbers, that's real. That is real talk. So, yeah, whatever y'all do, just, if you got kids, grandkids, great grandkids, nieces, nephews, it don't matter. Just impart that knowledge onto them, whether they want to hear it or not. Because trust
Exactly.
me, they will remember it later. And I understand how you feel, Lady Letitia. Your girl is young, and
Yeah.
she's going to get older and want to hang out with her friends and stuff like that. And that's fine to have friends, but you can't trust friends always.
Right.
It's okay to have friends, but I would be more comfortable. My house was the house everybody came to hang out with my boys. I preferred it that way because that
Right.
way
See,
I keep
that's
an eye
how
on them.
yes, that's what I'm preferring. Like,
Okay.
come over here, play with her here, have
Absolutely.
play dates here at the
Yep.
house. I have
Yep.
plenty of mom's numbers,
Yep.
and to say, hey, just text me when you guys are doing something, or when I'm doing something, I'll text you. But
Right.
the spending the night and no, you can go with her and
Mm-hmm.
no,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
that's
devil
gonna
in
be some
disguise.
no's.
The devil, and I keep repeating it over and over again. Jealousy is an awful drug.
Ooh, and I gotta
Jealousy
be
is an
careful
awful
because
drug.
I'll be
Be
like, oh, okay,
cute.
you can go, and
Yeah.
then there I be, and it's no.
Yeah.
I need to learn now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Auntie Mickey.
And you are in a very precarious situation because
Exactly.
your child is biracial,
Mm-hmm.
and we catch it from both sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because your daughter has both of you in the house, that's a plus, because she gets a little bit of both of you. I didn't get that. I just had black. I
Okay.
didn't have the white side of my
Okay.
family, so I couldn't identify with anybody in my family that was white because I didn't know anybody that was white in my family. All I had was what my grandparents were telling me, which was a generation removed. So we've got older people and a young light-skinned granddaughter that they called what did they call me? The great white hope of the family.
Oh.
I was the great white hope. That's what they used to call me. And I used to get pissed about it because, number
Yeah.
one, you're saying something derogatory about yourself. It ain't, I'm not concerned about what you're saying about me. I'm pissed off that you're putting yourself down, because I am a part of you. And if you're putting yourself down, you're putting me down in the process. You see what I'm saying? And it was
Right.
weird to have that mentality as a child, but that's what I
I know,
had,
Auntie Mickey.
because again, I was not raised around white people. I was raised in a white school. I went to white
Oh,
schools, and that's because of the program that the school district incorporated for the black neighborhoods.
but
Let's
did
take
that make it balanced, or did you experience racism? Like,
Oh, yeah, I experienced racism on both sides. But what I can honestly say is that the racism I experienced was more from white people than from black. And
wow,
I looked more like them.
right,
But you could tell that I was biracial, and I was only hanging around black people because that's all I knew. So I got the majority of my racism directed at me from white people. Now, on the black side, I was like the little, what is it, the one to poke fun at in the group.
wow. It's interesting you say that because my sister has a biracial daughter, but she looks like my daughter more on my husband's side
Yeah, I was the
versus.
little mascot. I was the mascot. Yeah, I was a little
But
mascot.
she got a lot of vitriol
Mm-hmm.
when she went to the all black schools.
Mm.
So she had to put her in a predominantly all white school.
Really?
Yeah. And this is in
Wow.
Wisconsin,
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They're up north, just to give you an whereabouts. So, I mean, thank God right now, like my daughter's school, it's so diverse.
That's good.
I mean, it is crazy diversity.
That's
You're going to
good.
get everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
And that is good.
I thank God for my neighbors because my best friends that grew up down the street from me, there was 3 sisters, and
Okay.
their mother drove. Their father was blind, so he couldn't drive.
Okay.
And we went to school together. The other kids, because I grew up in an all black neighborhood. I lived in the Red Line district. White folks didn't live in that area. This was the Red Line area is where black people could only buy homes in this particular area. So if you were
Oh.
black and wanted to buy a home, you were limited as to where you could live at that time. So I was in the middle of the hood with all the black folks,
Wow.
and here I am with my big afro on top of it, and it's kind of reddish color, and it doesn't quite blend in, but it was still what it was. And the moment I open my mouth, then they really know what I am. But it was my friends down the street. Had it not been for my friends down the street's mother, who would
Yeah.
drive them wherever they needed to go, like brownies, Girl Scouts, stuff like that, I
Yes.
wouldn't have been exposed to that at all. It was my
Oh.
neighbor's mom that took
Well,
me
that's good.
to those things in school and stuff, and we were all bussed out to white schools and everything. It was a 45-minute drive to school every day there and 45 minutes back. So that's how far they were bussing us out. And it wasn't just me and my
Well,
3
that's how far the
friends.
schools were.
That's how far the schools were.
Wow.
Yeah. So they were trying to incorporate they were trying to get rid of segregation at that time. It was heavily segregated back in the 50s and early 60s. So they incorporated a new program and said, okay, we're going to give these black kids an opportunity to be in a white school to get better schooling and, be exposed to more opportunity, yada, yada, yada. But there was always some underlying racism even in those white schools that we dealt with the white kids. So, and like white parents, when there was a program, say a talent show, and the parents would come to watch all the kids do the little show and stuff, the parents would hold their kids close away from the black kids. Stuff like that. It was just obvious, What, we gonna bite your kid? We go to school with this kid, So we still got a long way to go.
How disgusting.
It's
Like,
crazy,
oh
but
my
that's how it
goodness.
was.
We sit next to each other in school.
Yeah,
Like, what are you doing?
it was crazy.
It's
It was crazy.
weird. Oh,
It was really
jeez.
crazy, and I'll never forget. And you guys,
I
please,
remember this one lady. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I have one story I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna ask you guys to please forgive me in advance. Shame on me for what I'm about to tell you. But this girl named Kim was delayed, I'll say. She was in the special class. But Kim had a mouth. And I recall this was in high school. This wasn't elementary school, wasn't even junior high. This was high school. I was a junior in high school, and when we would get to school in the morning, those of us that could get free lunch, we could get free breakfast if we got there early enough. And I got in line, and this girl, Kim, walked up to me and says, "You just cut in line in front of me." And I'm like, "Girl, please, you've been way over there." She was across the lunch line, the lunchroom. And so I was talking to somebody, a friend of mine in the line, and she broke out and says, "You fucking nigger, get out, and you stood in line in front of me. And my first,
I know.
look, I gave in to that instinct and I clocked her
Yeah, okay.
so hard. I know she was mentally unwell. I knew that she had problems, but my instinct kicked in and
Yeah.
I socked that girl dead in her jaw. And all I
Yes.
remember is her on the floor and me being carried into the office and got kicked out of school.
Oh, did they let you back in?
Yes. I was
That's
kicked
good.
out for about a week.
See, I'm going to teach Kara that.
Yeah.
Take up for yourself, fight for yourself,
Yeah.
defend yourself, bite, kick, do whatever you need to do, girl.
But
like
you
how
know
you
what?
fight daddy.
But you know what? And again, this, let me add this. I forgot to mention, this was my first day back in school from being
Oh,
suspended from a
snap.
previous time. It wasn't the same reason, but this is my first day back. I'm back. I've been out for a few days for something else and, probably talking back at a teacher or something like that because I had a mouth on me. But when this girl said, "You fucking nigger,"
Yeah.
it's like
Wow. It was
my
just,
vision I couldn't see nothing but a jaw.
whoa.
And she was taller than me too. She was really tall and she was
comfortable
and
saying that.
I clocked that hoe
Yeah.
so hard. She ended up on the ground and she's screaming and hollering, "You tried to kill me. You tried to kill me." And I'm like, "Is you dead yet?" I mean, I was so mad. But I said all that to say this. Some people know the right things to say to pull,
That button.
to pull that out of you and make you react. And it's
Yeah,
really hard not to react. But it sure did feel good. I ain't gonna lie.
I know that's right.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry, you were gonna say something and I didn't mean to interrupt.
You know I'm geriatric. I didn't forget
Uh-oh.
that
It's
happened 2 days
contagious.
ago. Auntie Mickey, I'm so bad with it. It really is.
Me
To the point
too.
now, I have to write stuff down. Like seriously.
Girl, look.
Yeah.
Look.
But you did answer a question that I had earlier, and it was
Mhm.
about the investigation about the autopsy. Were we
Mhm.
still waiting on that? And you said yes. That
Yeah,
was weird.
there's 2 autopsies, right?
Right.
Okay. So I believe Crump decided not to release their autopsy until the state comes out with their autopsy,
Yeah.
so they can't change up in the event that
So
Crump.
that's what we're waiting on.
That's what we're waiting because
Ooh,
they've
smart
decided to bring
move.
both of them out at the same time.
Yeah, that would
So
be
there
good.
won't be no
Yep.
shenanigans going
Do
on
that.
because you got to be
There's
careful.
yes, this is crazy.
If something showed up on Crump's and Sharpton's independent autopsy that didn't show up in theirs, the chances are they would withhold it and adjust. So
Oh,
they made the decision and I guess the state might have agreed with it. I don't know. But it has been decided that both autopsies will be reviewed simultaneously at the same time.
yeah.
Okay? So sometimes you just got to get creative.
Yeah, you do.
You got to
Because
get creative.
people are them little roaches he was talking about. They
Exactly.
sneaky.
Exactly. And see,
Yeah.
that's the other
They
thing.
know
That's
when
why I
to
was
hide.
saying marching. Yeah, okay, marching is fine if that's what you go ahead, get your exercise, but that's not the solution anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not. You have to adjust to the times. We're in a different time now.
Mm-hmm.
We've
And
got
social media is it.
social media. I mean, and that's the thing that kills me about 4 little pictures in a video came out from that whole day there with over 200-300 people on the island and only 4 little pictures came out from all those. Nobody else took pictures at all. Nothing. Come on now. Nobody know nothing. Nobody seen nothing. Nobody heard nothing. They heard that argument, and that got caught on video. I mean, video and audio. But then
Wow. You got that,
conveniently,
Auntie Mickey?
that's actually all over the media right now. I don't have it
Oh,
available right now.
right.
But yeah, it's out there. That's the
Okay.
audio of
The
you can hear
audio.
Nolan saying, "Man, give me my effing phone. Man, what you doing?" You can hear an argument, but now a friend then came forward to the media, I suppose, and said, "That wasn't Nolan, that was me." Tricky Man says, "Hello, Auntie, can you see
They
my
can do a phone
Yes.
analysis. They can do a voice analysis.
Yeah, they can. But the
Mhm.
mother and father listened to it, and they identified his voice. They said, "Yeah,
There you
that's him."
go. A
Yes, I can
mother
see
knows
Tricky
their
Man.
baby's voice.
So yeah, this is definitely not over with. It's going to get very,
Oh
very
no.
interesting. The next few days, I'm sure, are going to be very, very interesting.
This is so, and Auntie Mickey's gonna be on it, right? Auntie Mickey
I'm
sharing what
trying to
you know
keep
with
up with
us.
all I can.
You've been
Yeah,
sharing a lot with us. We appreciate it.
yeah.
And I show a little bit, and whenever I show a little bit, I put it on members only. But I'm gonna leave
Mhm.
this one up just a
Oh,
couple of
sure.
hours, and then I'll
Absolutely.
probably do it to members only, just because of
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay, love. Okay.
Oh no.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys just stay sober and vigilant. Stay sober
Yes.
and that's LT. Hey LT. Long time no see. Tricky Man is now LT. Hello, sweetie.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, just stay sober and
Yes.
vigilant.
And
Vigilant.
what I love about your shows, Auntie Mickey, is that it brings about different awarenesses that I didn't know that was happening. Like the squatters situation,
Oh my
that they
God,
actually have
yeah.
rights and stuff. I mean, that
Yeah.
tripped me out.
Yeah, that's really a trip. That's really a trip.
Yeah.
But, again, there's a lot of misinformation floating around on this story. Just be
Yeah, it
mindful of who
is.
you're listening to. Like I mentioned, that other content creator bumping her gums, and she's got a lot of shit to say about people that's going to land her in jail, or not jail, but in court.
Yeah,
I done already
defamation.
heard a couple of videos from larger content creators that are definitely
Ooh.
not happy with her. So,
Oh.
I mean, I listened to her and she was
Babbling on.
babbling on about this woman laughing. What do you
See, it reminds
Is
me of
that all you can
maggot. She's a maggot. Maggot people do that. Blame the
Yeah.
victim, or point the finger somewhere else where it shouldn't be.
But you know what? And I'm just going to say it, and I'm trying to be as fair as I possibly can. I can't even see Maggot doing this.
Yes, she
Honestly.
does. She's done it. I was
With
gonna
this
give you an
particular
example.
case,
Not this
with this
case. No,
case,
no, 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 no.
I'm not saying other case. I'm just saying with this particular case, it takes a special kind of evil to, during someone's actual grief, on public media, go out and literally pick apart their behavior and then accuse them of grifting and using their son's unaliving as a means to do so. That's a
Because, I
special
mean,
kind of evil.
it is. It is a very special kind of evil. And I'm not saying she's reporting on him. No. But she's similar in my
Yeah.
book that
Yeah. Well, she goes according to the room. She reads the room.
yeah,
Whoever's in the room at the time, she floats with who's ever in the room.
exactly.
See?
That's what I meant.
And I
There
just
you go. Bingo.
yeah,
Amen.
she pick a side and stick with it, but
Right.
that's where she floats with wherever the boat floats to.
Mhm.
But
remember
for
she was
this
on me.
person to get on her platform, and there's over 100 and some people in her chat,
Yeah.
and they're eating this, they're feeding into this because they love that mess.
Ooh, they like it.
How do you take that in and literally mock a woman who just lost her child?
Right.
I
How
just
do
don't
you
understand that.
participate in that? Yeah.
It just says, it speaks volumes to your own character,
Oh,
because if you
yes.
think that they are capable of doing that, then chances are that means you would do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
Yep.
couldn't imagine even having that mindset that, I lose my child. Oh, well, here's a good way to get rich at least.
Right.
That's some bullshit. If somebody offered me $1 million right now, if they walked into my room with a suitcase full of money, real money, and
Right.
offered it to me in lieu of my son, I'll take my son.
I know that's right, Auntie Mickey.
If I had the choice, we'll bring your son back, or you
Some
can have
people
this $1
wouldn't.
million. Which is it gonna be? You can keep your money.
Keep your money.
Give me my child back.
Give me my baby.
Give me back my baby. You can
I know
keep
that's
them millions. I could care less about that money, because you can't replace your child. You can't replace the years that you had ahead of you with your child. So for her to accuse this woman, and as a matter of fact, both of them, accuse them of grifting and pocket watching what's being collected on GoFundMe, and that's just a special kind of ratchetivity I
Yeah.
can't get with.
Focused on the wrong things.
Exactly. And getting paid to do it.
Right.
A monetized channel.
Wow.
Getting paid to do it.
Yeah, special place for
Yeah,
people
but
like
she
that.
done effed around on the wrong ones, because
Yeah.
they ain't playing now. They done already made it known.
They calling her out.
Mhm, mhm.
Good, good, good.
But as things come up, I will be reporting whatever I can.
Thank
And
you.
if you guys see something that I'm reporting that might not that might conflict with what you have seen on media, please don't hesitate to say, well, Mick, wait a minute, I seen this. That might not be true. I don't have a problem being corrected if I'm incorrect. And if I find that I'm incorrect, I'm the first to apologize that, look, I made a mistake. I listened to the wrong source or whatever.
Right.
So, that's how miscommunication happens. People don't want to, they don't want to admit that they made a mistake. If
Right.
you reported something erroneously, be an adult enough to come back and correct yourself to the people that you
Yes.
reported it to. Please.
Exactly.
And don't have a
I hear
problem.
you.
Yeah, don't have a problem with people that are willing to pull your coattail and say, listen, that's not quite what happened.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly. And ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing wrong.
Actually, it gives you character. It
Yeah.
really does. To me, when a friend can say, you know what, da 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 da,
Yeah.
fix that,
Mm-hmm.
and you fix it, you feel good.
Right.
You should.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you've got somebody that's in your corner that's willing to take that step, a lot of people scared to do that. Oh, I don't want to overstep. I don't want to hurt her feelings. That's not a true friend.
Right.
Be my real friend and be real with me. Be
It's
truthful with me and tell
be
me,
real.
Mick, you made
Yeah.
a mistake. You made a mistake.
Exactly.
You might want to at least look into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I
encourage all
love that.
y'all, if you see something that don't look right that comes out of my mouth, please hit me up on my email or in the back chat or whatever, and just say, look, this is what I saw on this, that, and the other third platform. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the opportunity to check it out, and I'll come to my own conclusion. But
Yeah.
I can at least say thank you for looking out
Exactly.
for me, because when you're looking out for me, you're looking out for everybody else.
Yep.
So I appreciate that.
Do
Okay.
you know, Auntie Mickey, speaking of this, I told you I went to that epic water thing with Kira on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I went with this lady, and she was like, "Did you see the one? Do you know the one mother that dresses?" Well, she said the mother with the two kids came to your party, right? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. And she said, "Well, did you see how she was dressed?" And I was like, "Well, I saw she was dressed to my house. I thought the dress was a little short, but hey, it is what she wanted. I figure it was a swim party, whatever."
Right.
She went up to the lady, Auntie Mickey, and told her. She said, "What you have on is inappropriate. It's not,
For a kid's
pretty much
party.
told her, yeah, it's like you shouldn't wear this," because she said what she had on, the little child that she keeps was looking. I said he was looking.
What?
I said a 2-year-old. That kind of confused me.
He
That
was
still confused me.
looking where? Somewhere that was exposed that shouldn't have been
Right.
exposed?
Exactly.
Oh, we.
Exactly.
Your friend
And
did the right thing.
and that's when she told her, she says, when you've been down, he can see everything or whatever. She told her. And I was like, good for you.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
then
she came back and thanked her.
good, because you got some folk that would be offended and would complain to you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I'm glad that your friend came and told you too. In
Yeah.
the event that she would have come back to you and complained, at least you got firsthand information, because
Exactly.
that's your house, and you've got
Yeah.
somebody that's looking out for you and your house.
Right.
I wouldn't want nobody walking around my house with her twat hanging out either. I mean, for real, especially with little
Yeah,
kids there.
it was a little revealing. And I was like, okay, woo. So she just, and yeah, she let her know. So,
Good,
and like you
good.
said, I'm glad she mentioned it, and I'm glad she
Mhm.
didn't take offense to it
Right.
and the whole situation. But it was going, pretty much where you were saying,
Chick with a
about,
crown.
look at there.
Thank you, my love.
Trophy cake.
1,000 gems. Thank you so much. She said trophy cake. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Wow,
Ziggy Lee Chick with the crown.
Tricky Man says Players Club action. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We got a few of them running around out there.
Yeah.
But y'all.
Oh, before you go, or I don't know if you're wrapping it up or whatever, but I was going to say, I am going live after this, like
Okay.
15-minute. I'm going to do a deep dive on Trevor Green's
He's got a new video out?
Yeah, he's got a new video out.
Oh, good.
So I'm going to deep dive it. Yeah.
Okay.
I asked him before and he said, okay. So
Okay.
I didn't want people to think that, oh, he just put it out and you're messing with it. No, I got permission.
I know that's right. Well, I'm gonna try to get over there as quick as I can. I gotta get
Oh,
something
yeah,
to
I
eat,
know.
though.
I know. What are you going to eat?
I don't know yet. I think I got some Wingstop downstairs.
Oh, that sounds so good. I made hamburgers.
Oh, see, I like that too because it's fresher. This is from last night. Leftover Wingstop. But yeah, so anyway, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that the information it brought to you has been informative to you. God bless you guys for hanging out with me, and please don't make it your last. I love y'all. And Lady Letitia, once again, girl, you've always had my back, and I appreciate you more than ever. More than ever now. I really do. I don't consider myself having a lot of friends on YouTube in terms of content creators. So it's really nice to be able to call my girl and say, hey, want to sit on the panel with me for a minute?
Oh,
I mean,
love
and that's not to
with
say all
you.
the other ones are yucky or anything like that. It's just that
Right.
you got that one I got that one that
thank
I
you.
really appreciate, you know. So, and there's a couple others that I really appreciate as well, but you, Lady Letitia, are that one I'm putting out there,
You're gonna
putting that
make
out
me
there
cry.
publicly.
Oh,
Nah,
thank you so much.
I
You're
love
a
you.
sweetheart. I love you too, Auntie Mickey.
Thank
I
you.
love chatting with you. It's like my girlfriend. So, and you are my
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yes.
So I really enjoy our conversations and getting
Me
together.
too. Me
So thanks for
too.
having me.
Thank you. And you guys, thank you so much for coming. Anybody that just subscribed, Chick with a Crown, thank you, my love. I appreciate all of you. God bless you. Until the next time I get up on this platform and hopefully not make a fool of myself, I will be back. But in the meantime, I love you. God loves you. And hey, stay strong because we need it. Okay? Peace out.
Hey there, my kinfolk, thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together makes me thrive. You're more than viewers, you're my kinfolk. You see my gratitude runs deep as the sea. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with each comment, with each rhyme. You're my kinfolk, my family, my crew. So much love to all of you. Turn up the camera, let's make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight.